All right. This is the Drive-By Night Show. We are a 3-hour drive-around call-in talk show right here on TikTok. I do this every Thursday night from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Hello to the chat. How is everyone out there this evening? There's a phone number, 402-853-8436. Go ahead and give me a call. I don't really have a set format for the show. Anything goes. My only rule is just be cool. Other than that, we can talk about whatever you want. This is my 20th episode. 20 weeks in a row doing this. So that's kind of fun. That gets to be up to like 5 months or something. So way to go. You, me, and everyone. We're still here. We're still alive. And yeah, the show continues. So let's just get this thing started and let's keep going for another 20 weeks. But I was really excited to see that number 20 pop up there today. And yeah, I mean, who knows? I didn't know what this thing was going to be when I started to do it, and here we are. Chat is asking, is this a Pittsburgh area code? No, it is not. This is a Nebraska area code. Chat's asking, what the number on the top for? Well, this is the Drive-By Night Show. We're just a drive-around call-in talk show. Then just call it and find out. It's kind of the easiest way to know what that number is for. It kind of just answers itself once the phone rings, and the show just does its thing. Is it storming in Nebraska? I tell you, it stormed pretty good here last evening, and now it's just been very cloudy and kind of a light sprinkled drizzle all day, and I believe there's going to be some pretty wicked thunderstorms and winds closer to this weekend. So, yeah, how about there in Oklahoma? Did you get hit with something good here the last couple of days? Yeah, tornadoes. Yeah, you know what? There was some tornadoes in southern Nebraska. I remember seeing some video being pushed around the last couple of days. So there you go. Hoping to avoid a little bit of that. To start the night off, we're getting a call from Texas. Drive-By Night Show, how are you? Hello? Texas? Texas? Hello? Hello? I can't even hear anything. I can't hear anything in the background. Nothing. What's Texas? Hello, Texas. Are you there? Are you there? I hope we're not having technical difficulties. I just can't hear any sort of fuzz. All right, we got Florida coming in, and let's check this out. Drive-By Night Show, how are you?
Hey man, how's it going?
It's going all right tonight. I was hoping I wasn't having technical difficulties, but I can hear you pretty good. How are you?
Still going to North Carolina, getting a job when I come back. You know, normal.
Normal. I haven't spoken to you in a few weeks, so you've just kind of been going back and forth, and how's it been treating you?
I mean, I did graduate 8th grade yesterday, but...
Congratulations. How does that feel?
Finally. That's all I can say.
I hear you. Well, now you got to go to 9th grade, so, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, they can't hold me. They can... The 8th grade, I think 5th grade, they can hold you back.
Oh, I see. So once you get to a certain point, they can't hold you back anymore. You think, is that true?
I think. That's what my teacher said.
I think they can hold you back in high school too, but I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they just throw you out at that point.
Either way.
Either way, right? You're fine. Now, the job situation has been interesting in the sense that a lot of like fast food places are having a difficult time keeping, their employment filled up, and they started to lower the age. Have you heard about that recently?
Yeah, but I'd rather die than work at McDonald's.
Okay. So you have you been able to save any money, or what have you been doing with the money you've been earning?
I haven't got a job yet. I'm coming back.
I thought you were working for your uncle.
Well, I was, but I'm on the way. I'm leaving on the 5th. Sorry, on the 7th. Because he usually picks me up from school, and I went to his house, but I haven't been doing that lately.
Okay. What are you doing on the 7th? You're going back to his place?
Yep, I'm going to North Carolina.
Oh, okay. And then you're like for the whole summer?
Yep.
Okay. You excited?
I mean, well, one thing I'm looking forward to is that, like, my 73-year-old Mimi, she has never shot a gun before.
Okay.
Says if I get an A on my report card, she'll take me shooting with her. So I have an A. So.
All right. So you're gonna teach her how to shoot then, I imagine.
I haven't shot enough to teach her, but she's gonna bring my sister's husband, Brad. He's the military police chief.
Yeah, he's the expert.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're all just gonna shoot guns and have a great day.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds like a lot of fun. Congratulations on the A.
Yeah. And I've got my mom owes me $25 though. So.
All right. Well, when's she gonna pay it to you? Did she give you a day?
Whenever she gets paid next.
I see. So she's using the excuse, I gotta wait till I get paid.
Oh no, like seriously, she showed me her bank account balance, and like she can't pull the cash out right now.
Okay. Well, okay, that's fine. I'm not giving your mom a bad time. I just, sometimes moms make excuses.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't have money. I don't have gas money, but I do have McDonald's money.
All right, you're going to Mickey D's soon then.
No.
Oh.
That's just an example.
Okay. Did you say that's an example?
Yeah, like, we don't have McDonald's money, but we do have gas money, etc.
Okay.
Vice versa.
Okay.
But,
all right.
Yeah, I have, hold on. I need to check it out. Hold on. If my computer will turn on, it's been broken for the last couple weeks.
Well, your computer it's been having problems the last couple weeks?
Yeah.
Is it old?
No, it's fairly new.
Okay, but just not cooperating.
Yeah. So I just pulled up my grades. I have a 77 in algebra.
77 in algebra. That's not an A.
I know. That's just one of my classes out of 5.
Okay. What else?
I have an 80 in language arts.
Okay.
80 in history. 87 in reading and writing, and then a 93 in science.
So the 93 in science is what got you the A and the special gun trip. $10. Okay, I see.
My mom, every A I get is $10, and every B I get is $5. So
okay.
10, 15, 20, $25.
Yeah. All right.
A different family member said she'll take me shooting if I get an A.
Well, congratulations again. That all sounds great, and go enjoy your weekend then.
Why are you starting a live so early, man? It's 9 o'clock my time.
I always started this early.
But it's too bright outside.
Well, I mean, it's because the time change is what makes it so much brighter outside. But I always started this thing at 9 o'clock every week.
I could have sworn you started somewhere around midnight.
No, I go for 3 hours, so I'll go up until midnight. I think it's just because it's just so bright out. It just feels weird. I have to sit underneath this overpass to block the sun. Otherwise, you can't even see the phone number.
Oh yeah.
So
have you heard about this thing where other TikTok lives can go live with other people?
Yeah, I saw that. They showed me some example on how to do it, but I don't know. I don't think it would really work for this that well. Do you?
Probably, maybe, but a lot of people would have to have 1,000 followers or more.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I don't know.
I'm only at 405 right now. So.
Okay, all right. Well, have you made a video lately?
No. I just been talking to one of my friends.
Okay. But that's how you gotta get followers. You gotta make videos.
Yeah, but
okay.
I do average 200 views per video though, but
It's not bad. What's wrong with that?
I think I know it's just people scrolling through their following page.
Yeah. All right, I hear you.
But yeah, how have you been?
I've been good, man. Just doing the show. This is my 20th show right in here tonight.
I'm gonna have to get you a cake. Me and Thursday, they're gonna have to get you a cake from Publix.
Give me a what?
A cake.
A take?
For your 20th. Yep, for your 20th time. Yep.
Okay. Well, that would be awesome. I'm just happy that I made it 20 weeks and they haven't shut me down. You know. I didn't know if they were gonna let me do this, but here I am.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for checking in. It was good talking with you again tonight.
I'm staying alive though, but
What about the live?
I'm getting into live.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna watch.
All right. Well, yeah, hang out. It's all good. I'm gonna just chat's blowing up. I'm gonna try and get caught up with that. I got Texas calling in, so I'm gonna.
The one that I just texted in the chat. See, I'm here. But I just texted in the chat. See, I'm here.
Okay.
But Texas last time got into some technical difficulties.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, and I don't know if it's the same number or not. But somebody from Texas keeps checking in, so one of these times I'll answer it.
One of these times.
Okay. All right, man. Have a good one.
You did.
All right, we'll see you. Again, that was our friend from Florida. I haven't spoken with him in a minute. Had to get caught up. The chat is saying, I'd rather die than work at McDonald's. I feel you, man. Chat's saying, wait, what is this? This is the Drive By Night show. Chat is saying, okay then. Brad is definitely the name of a guy who knows how to shoot guns. I was thinking the same thing as well. Chat is saying, well, the Gorilla Guy is saying, sticky keyboard. It may be the reason why the computer wasn't working. And I know Gorilla Guy used to have problems with that when he was younger. Speaking of, today is Gorilla Guy's birthday. The chat is saying, shout out to Gorilla Guy. Happy birthday to you, and hope you're having a wonderful night. Chat is saying, is this Dalton? No, that was not Dalton. That was George. Is that your name, my friend? I think it's George from Florida. He's been a long-time caller and just graduated 8th grade today or someday, and life is great. Chat is talking to itself a lot. Sounds like it's Brad in Florida. Brad is his sister's husband. That's right. Okay, maybe they're related. He just graduated 8th grade. There you go. LOL. But it's 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Central Time, but Florida, whatever that is, East Coast time. Is the Eastern time? What's that called? Yeah, it's 9 o'clock there. So, you know, it's these time changes. The time zones, I just don't even know some days. Chat is saying, well, the Gorilla Guy's saying, he said 8th grade, I checked out. LOL. Yeah. No, they said cake. See, that's what I was trying to understand. I didn't know. I thought he was saying cake or take. I couldn't really figure it out. See, I'm here. Hi, everyone. You under the O Street Bridge? I sure am. Come and hang out, I guess. I'm just trying to block the sun, you know. Chat saying, Georgie, I am offended to be called Dalton. And yes, it's George. Thank you, George. I thought that was your name. I was pretty sure. And I'm glad I didn't screw it up. Chat saying Eastern Standard Time is the correct way to phrase the time zone that's not the one that I'm in. And there we go. So we're caught up with the chat. We got a good amount of you in here, and the phone line's open, 402-853-8436. This is the Drive By Night show. And if you want to check out old episodes, go to YouTube at All the Rides. And there they are, every single one of them. And this thing is also a podcast. Go to your favorite provider and search Drive By Night Show. And this thing will come up as a podcast I think this is Texas. I was trying earlier on the line. Drive by Night Show. How are you?
Hey man, how's it going?
It's going all right tonight. What are you up to?
Just doing dishes, adult thing.
You're doing adult things.
Dishes, chores. Cleaning.
Oh, I got you.
Not totally kind of adult thing.
Any laundry tonight?
Yes,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Okay. I always call that stuff just maintenance. It's because it's like dishes and laundry.
Yeah.
They're just never done because it's like the second you get caught up with them, you realize,
Yeah.
oh, I just dirtied a glass or a dish, or oh shoot, I'm wearing a shirt right now and it's not clean. So I just hate stuff like that.
It's never ending.
Yeah.
And then after a couple marriages, you got to do it by yourself.
Okay, so you're single now.
I am.
Okay,
I am.
how long has it been since your second marriage?
Oh, 8 months.
8 months, and have you adjusted well, or
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then
Yeah. Go ahead.
when are you going to get married again?
Oh, I don't know. That's a question that pops up every time I visit family.
Okay. But I mean, is it a legitimate question, or are you just like, you know what, I'm done with that?
Well, here's the time frame. You've got 2 marriages in 4 years.
Okay.
Oh, and the last one was like on a whim.
Yep.
And so it was just one of those, like, we really hit it off, and like I think within 4 months we were married.
Yep.
And so it's one of those where every time I go over to see family, they're like, when are you getting married next? So I come back with, just wait around. Maybe next week we'll have something in the works.
Yeah, exactly. It could be a week. It could be a month. You just don't know. But, you say, okay, so, but I mean, do you regret that you guys kind of did it pretty fast like that? Or did you just get caught up in the moment and you're like, screw it, this is fun?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was. I mean, like, looking back on it, there was a lot that absolutely could have been done differently, especially the time period. We could have waited a lot longer to find out things that weren't compatible.
Yeah.
But in the moment, we both went for it, and there's not a lot of regrets. We were still amicable. We still talk. So
Good. And that's fine. And life's hard, and it's even if you can get along with somebody and still like accept all their weird, quirky little things that you didn't know about. It's still not the easiest thing to do. So, who knows? So, somebody could be around for like 10 years and get married and last as long as well. You just never know.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's just one of those things where you never know. And sometimes you take a chance and it pays off. Sometimes you take a chance and it doesn't. So.
There you go. But you got to take a chance at some point. Otherwise, well, what's the point?
Exactly. If you're not having fun doing it, why do it at all?
I couldn't agree more.
We were having all the fun.
Good. And then that's so. When you went and got married, did you like put something together, or did you just go like elope overnight something?
So the first time I was 19, we went all out. We did, and we got married because we ended up having a kid together. And at the time, we were both really religious, and it was just kind of like one of those things where both of our families were kind of like winking at us, like, you know what you got to do. And so we went all out. We had the whole church wedding, all that stuff. It was big and grandiose. And then I think the second time we did it, the girl I was married to, her cousin had gotten like one of those ordained minister things, and we did it on their back porch with friends.
I love it. See, I think that's pretty cool though, because you've now had like both of those experiences.
Exactly.
A big blown up wedding and then a super low key one. And I think that's pretty unique, honestly. There's not a lot of people that have gone through with both of those, So there you go. You got stories, man. You got memories. There's nothing wrong,
Plenty.
Right on, man. Well, good. So
it's always interesting whenever you're dating, and then you're 25. Most people my age haven't even been married yet, let alone have kids or anything like that. And then I tell them I've got a son and I've been married twice, and they're kind of like, oh, interesting.
For real, because it's like I'm in my 40s. I've never been married, and I don't have any kids. I don't have any of it. You know, it's like I've had the hardest time just like sort of like growing up, you know. And
I hear you.
yeah, I've never been at a place where it's like I've been mature enough or settled down enough to like do something like that. So it's like I'm still like waiting for that moment.
And see, I've learned, like, the child thing was never a big thing for me. Like, I was an only child until I was 16, and then my parents had 4 more kids.
Uh,
So at the age of 16, I was helping raise children. So
okay.
in the next 30 years, you know, I was very well encompassed in the child rearing department.
See,
And so that
yeah.
that wasn't a big issue. And then, you know, after my last divorce, like I've really come and matured myself a lot when it comes to relationships and looking back and looking at it in retrospect and figuring out what I did wrong, what they did wrong, what we could have done to avoid situations and stuff like that.
Totally. No, I think that's interesting that you brought that up, though. That you had made more responsibilities. Like I was the youngest. I was the baby in the family. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, I didn't have any responsibilities. I just got to do whatever I wanted, and
Yeah.
it's kind of made me in certain ways who I am, for better or
Right.
for worse. You know.
Right.
But it's interesting though. It really does shape us. Like things that happen to us when we're younger, we take those with us for a lot of years, I think.
Well, and it's weird because I don't really have that like brotherly bond with my siblings. You know,
Okay.
because my oldest sibling is 9 years old. My youngest
Wow.
sibling is 2 years old, and my son is 4.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so whenever he goes over there, he has more of a brotherly bond
It's true.
with my brothers. You know, like the oldest one, me and him are starting to come around, especially on like music. Like my dad is a huge
Yeah.
like 80s and 90s rock guy.
Yeah.
Like I actually took my dad a couple of years ago for Father's Day to go see Metallica because that's one of his like favorite bands.
So they put on a great show.
They really forced other bands to play underneath them. It was really weird because it was Volbeat, Avenged Sevenfold, and Metallica.
Okay.
Volbeat and Avenged Sevenfold are pretty big names.
Yeah.
Like just the way they staged, like the level of theatrics was crazy. Like Volbeat played with all the lights on, and it was like they didn't have any like in the moment mixing. It was just really like a very straightforward show. And then Avenged Sevenfold got to do some cool things. But whenever Metallica came on, were like pyrotechnics and light shows and all kinds of stuff.
Did they have the stage kind of in the middle of the arena or wherever they were?
Yeah, it was there in Houston. It was like
Okay.
right there in the middle.
Yeah. Because I saw them a few years ago, and they had that stage like right in the middle, and I really liked it. It didn't feel like there was a bad seat in the house.
Yeah. I mean, we had nosebleeds that were lying, and
Yeah.
I mean, you could still feel the heat off the pyrotechnics. It was crazy.
Right on, man. That's
I couldn't
awesome.
imagine the people in the front row had to have like singed eyebrows or something.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it's totally worth it. A lot of fun though.
Yeah. So, you know, just kicking it, just trying to move forward with everything.
Okay, well, I applaud you and that, and I hope it goes well for you.
Absolutely, man.
Right on. Well, cool. Well, thank you. Have you ever seen this show before?
I have seen it a couple times,
Okay.
and I think I followed you maybe a month or two ago.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because I didn't. Maybe you've called, but I just didn't think you'd ever called before.
No, first time.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling. I enjoyed the conversation tonight.
Absolutely, man.
All right. Have a good one.
You too, buddy.
All right. We'll see you. Okay, there was Texas calling in, and just a nice conversation. And I was just kind of like, have you ever called the show before? It seemed like I just knew the guy. Like we had conversations before, but I just don't even know. But I enjoyed it thoroughly, and thank you so much for calling. Now, this is a familiar caller from New York that I've had a lot of conversations with. And let's check in and see what's going on tonight. Drive By Night Show, how are you?
How are you?
I'm doing great tonight, man. I just kind of just relaxing, settling in. This is my 20th episode doing this. What do you think about that?
I think that's insane. How many times have I called in?
A lot. You haven't called in every show, but I would say out of 20, if I had to guess, I would say 13 or 14. 15?
Really?
15?
Wow. It's
maybe.
it's a nice ritual, even if I don't get it every time, as much as I'd like to.
Yeah.
It's a nice little, thing to do. Like, I have something to look forward to after work on Thursday.
Thursday.
So that's that.
There you go. It's fun to me too. It's nice for me too. It's kind of like some Thursdays it creeps up on me, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm not ready to go out and do this. and then there's
you gotta set like an alarm in your phone or something like that to go off every Thursday at like 6 your time. So you're like, oh shit, I gotta take a shower and look presentable for the camera.
You're absolutely right, because it just kind of creeps up on me every now and then, and I'm like, because I flew out of the house today. With about like 7:47, so I had like 13 minutes, and I like to come to this little spot to like block the sun or whatever, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to that spot in time. I pulled in, found a spot to park, put my car into park, boom, the clock hit 8 o'clock, and then I just went live, so I made it perfect.
You're in your car, you can drive and do it at the same time. No,
I understand. It's just with this weird time change, I'm still bitching about that. It's the sun. Well, the one that happened in March or April or whatever. The sun is so hot that it blocks like the phone number. Like you won't be able to see the phone number. So I have to find these like little spots where buildings and whatever are sort of like blocking the setting sun.
Well, I don't like it either. I don't like the fact that I can I leave for full sun out. Like it's not nice. No, I miss like it being dark at 6 o'clock. I can't remember. So like recently, stop. My car is yelling at me because I almost branded somebody. Anyways, because I'm driving home now.
Yeah.
I just lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. So I frequently stay up late when I hang out with friends. Right? I stay up until all hours of the night. And not long ago, like in wintertime, doesn't the sun rise at like 7-ish o'clock anyways?
Yeah.
Okay, like now it's rising at 5 o'clock, and it's weird because I used to be able to just be out until 5 o'clock and go to sleep, but now I can't sleep if I stay up till 5 o'clock because the sun is there and annoying.
Right.
It's a pain. I'd rather it be dark at 5 o'clock in the morning. Sue me.
Oh, I would too. It has no business being light at 5 o'clock in the morning for any reason.
Seriously. Exactly. I need to buy like real blackout curtains.
Yeah. No, there's a thing like a noise ordinance. The city has a noise ordinance where it's like you can't make noise from 10 o'clock till 8 o'clock. There should be like a sun ordinance as well.
Seriously, right? Can we just turn it off for a little bit?
Yeah, it's illegal for it to be light out before 8 o'clock in the morning. It should be. Nice. It should be a real thing, honestly.
No, seriously, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I feel for the commuters. If people wake up at 8 o'clock, they kind of want the sun to be out so they wake up a little faster.
Yeah.
But, whatever. And speaking of space things, right? Because I consider the sun a space thing. I recently been looking into the Voyager 2 space probes. The ones they shot off into the space in the 70s.
Yeah, it's still going.
Yeah. No, it's still going. It's going to go forever because it's not going to hit anything. But I watched a documentary like years and years ago on it on Netflix. Really good documentary. It's a docu-series, so it's quite long, but it's so interesting. And I like space stuff. And it's so sad because it's going to be completely dead in the next couple of years. Like there's no more signals going to be transmitted for the next couple of years.
Has it gotten too far out into space to send it back, or is it simply just like its components are going to wear out at that time? Like why can't it send signals back?
So right now, it takes 18 hours one way for a signal to go. So you can send
that's
a signal.
That's
not
bad.
a problem. You're just going to wait. But you're waiting, 36 hours or however many. I think I did the math right there. 36 hours. So that's like a day and a half. You send a signal at 7 a.m. And then you wait until the next day at lunchtime to get a damn signal back. Or no, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But in 2023. The plutonium core
is
going to be completely done. There's no more power. It will physically be unable to power any of the intruders. I find
that's sad.
It is sad. The little probe is going to die.
Yeah. Can you give me are you this much knowledgeable about Voyager? Like, can you tell me basically where it is right now?
It's in interstellar space. It has completely exited solar system.
It's exited our solar system now, but like, for example, I don't know how big our solar system is offhand. I guess I'm trying to say,
Right.
how far has it traveled outside of?
Hold on. Give me a second. Google is a wonderful thing. Because I remember looking it up and I can't remember. It's 11 billion miles, which is like really, really far. Because it's the sun. Are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at 11 billion miles because I'm trying to fathom how crazy that is. You know, when
That's as if you went around the Earth 450,000 times.
Yeah, well, because what is the United States is like 3,000 miles wide.
About, yeah.
You
That's
know,
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, and then you do that 11 billion. It's just like I can't even fathom it.
For reference, the distance to the sun from Earth is only, compared to 11 billion miles, 94 about million miles.
94 million miles. Okay. No, I mean
versus 11 billion.
Yeah, and billions compared to miles is just, it's astronomical. They're not even close.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nuts.
It's ridiculous.
It's
completely nuts.
That is ridiculous.
That's something that we built as people and shot up into the sky.
And in the 1970s, no less.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. How? It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's impressive. It's like an achievement that should honestly probably be talked about more.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure that when it completely dies, there's going to be like a couple news articles about it. But,
Yeah. So, but like you're saying it won't, like the plutonium on it, so it won't be able to propel itself anymore. That it'll just like get.
It's not propelling itself at all right now.
I see.
It's just kind of floating.
It's just floating.
They use the gravity of the planet, like to pass by, as kind of like a slingshot.
Yep.
So every single time it passed by a planet, it got faster and faster and faster. So there's nothing to slow it down. There's no resistance. The density of atoms in interstellar space is about 1 atom per cubic centimeter, which is like not a lot. Like an atom is so small, and you think a cubic centimeter is small, but it's really not a lot. An atom per cubic centimeter is crazy. It's not. There's nothing to slow it down. The plutonium just won't be able to power anything. You know how when you try to start your car and it just doesn't go,
yeah.
And then eventually it's clicking. You keep trying along, and that's basically it won't be able to start the damn car. So there's going to be one day they're going to send a signal up and it'll never send anything back, or it'll be halfway through sending a signal back and it'll not do it.
It's still pretty impressive though that it has stayed powered for 50 years though. When you think about it.
About 50 years. It's insane. It's completely bonkers.
That's just
it's really sad that there's such a finality to our universe. We'll never be able to really observe or get to past the observable universe. It's only ever going to be what we can see, which is really sad. Because everything moves away so quickly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eventually, people, like 1 billion years from now, if people are still around, will even be able. They won't know that they're going to think that they're the only galaxy because everything will have moved so far away that there's going to be no people from
I see.
the universe.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Galaxy.
Right. I don't know. It's all crazy, really, when you think about it. And what is the point of our lives?
Opinions about that. No, I mean, if you want to get into that, sure, but I think I won't be able to do it in the next 5 minutes.
I understand. I can't either. I've been trying my whole life, and I still have no idea. I don't know what's going on. Is what I'm trying to say.
I'll give you the short bit.
Okay.
I believe in reincarnation, right? Like the Buddhists. So
Okay.
I believe that if you die, you're going to be you have the choice to be reincarnated now, or you can take a break and enjoy whatever celestial being you can enjoy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I believe that we were all reincarnated here on this planet because this planet is one of the hardest. It's such a challenge to live here. That I believe that this is one of the hardest challenges, and your spirit wanted to be reincarnated here to get over a specific challenge, for spiritual growth and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's got to be your reason for living has to be for something. There has to be a reason for something. It has to be to grow spiritually. That's
No,
fine.
I have a reason for living. I wasn't really asking the reason specifically for you living or for me living. I guess I was just saying life in general, just the human race as a species. Like, what's the point?
Honestly, I don't think there is much. I think it's just a lot of accidents. Let's be honest here.
I really think so too. Yeah.
Do you know how incredibly rare it is for you to have been born? I mean, just think
No,
about
I know.
like, your parents had to meet in a specific place at a specific time for it to happen.
Yeah.
And if they had just been 5 minutes late, you wouldn't exist. That's how incredibly rare it is.
It is the rare. Or there would have been variations, but it wouldn't be me.
Correct. Yeah, correct. It wouldn't be you. You wouldn't be you.
Right.
You know what I noticed? I as an off-topic thing, you stutter a lot, but like not as like a bad thing. Like when you're trying to like start a sentence, you end up stuttering a little bit. I just noticed, and I'm sure you noticed it. It's not a bad thing, but I've noticed myself starting to stutter when I'm starting a sentence. Like, oh my god, I wonder who I got that.
I'm doing it right now, and I don't
exactly.
And I don't have a stutter at all. Like, it's not even a thing that I have. I think it's my brain warming up and trying to like figure out what the heck I'm gonna say.
No, because when you get rolling, there's no stopping. It's just you're rolling, but it's the starting of the sentence. I guess maybe it's because maybe it happens when you're on a phone call because you're trying to make sure that you have the space to get a word in edgewise. You know what I mean? Because you could be trying to say something to like get a word in edgewise. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, and it's live too, so I have to even censor myself sometimes. Like,
oh, really?
Well, you know how it is. Sometimes things just blurt out of your mouth, and you're like, I really wish I wouldn't have said that. But you do it on a live show like this, and it's recorded.
Yeah. Well, you're recording it, not TikTok.
No, but
how do you record it?
They record it.
Oh, that's how. So you're not actually actively recording it.
I did. When I first started doing this 20 weeks ago. I recorded it all on my dash cam, and then I would put that into an editing system and then export it there, blah, 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 blah. Then about 5 or 6 weeks ago, 7, 8 weeks ago, I don't know, TikTok then would send me, after I would end the live, they would send me what they call a live replay, which is essentially the whole 3-hour show, just as you see it without the chat in there. And it's like the easiest. I agree, but like, that I'm not like scrolling through the chat, so the chat's just kind of sitting there. I guess, you probably see it. It probably moves or something. I don't know, but they get rid of the chat for whatever reason. But it's so nice. It's made my life so much easier that they just have this file.
Well, yeah, because you don't have to do a lot of extra work. It's just plop into your editing.
I don't have to do anything, really. I mean, I just put it up on YouTube. Then I have to make it an MP3 file for my podcast. But it's like the simplest thing to do in the world. And I found that the audio just from my source of my phone versus my dash cam is a lot better anyway.
Yeah, it's not too terrible. I mean, what phone are you using to do this?
It's the Galaxy S9 Samsung.
Is it an old phone of yours, or did you buy it just for the show?
Oh, I mean, I've had it for a couple of years.
Yeah, so no, phones have gotten pretty good.
They have.
I was going to ask, I have 2 more questions, and I'm sure people are freaking out. Do you ever get nervous, like about just starting? You're like, oh, I'm getting nervous, like like not like stage fright, but like how people get.
No, not really. Someday you'll learn about other parts of my life, I suppose. But I've stood up and spoken in front of large audiences, and
how large?
500. And
okay.
Once I did stuff like that, it was just all of whatever nervousness I had, and then seeing myself on so many videos, like you start to pick at your voice.
Oh yeah, you were already posting stuff on the internet, so.
Yeah.
There's that too.
Yeah, so there's that too. So I'm just kind of used to it. I know what I look like. I know what I sound like.
Doesn't it
And
bother you to like listening to your own voice? Because I know that's like a
No.
psychology thing, not your own voice.
no, not anymore. Not anymore. I've heard it enough over the years. I just don't care.
Oh, okay.
It's-
Well, that's
well,
very
it's-
nonchalant of you.
What I always tell people is your voice, the way it sounds, is the way that other people perceive it. So it's like
Yeah.
if it bothers you, it's not like they're hearing it any differently. They're hearing it the way that you're hearing it, but there's no reason for it to bother you. It's your voice.
Some people say that I have like a good radio voice. So I guess I should take the compliment that I've got from that and not really criticize myself too much.
Yeah, no, I think you got a good sounding voice. You can do it.
Appreciate that. And the other question, you have merch because I see that shirt you're wearing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You got to go to Redbubble.
Redbubble?
Yeah, .com.
Can you send me the link?
Sure.
So I don't have to open it up.
Sure. Well, yeah, and just search Drive By Night Show on the YouTube videos. I've got the links up on the latest on the latest Drive By Night Show number 19. The link is right there at the top. If you want to go look, there's all sorts of fun stuff in there.
Okay. Do I have a bumper sticker? You should get a bumper sticker.
There are bumper stickers, absolutely.
Awesome. I might buy a bumper sticker. That'd be cool.
All right, man. I would appreciate it. That would be awesome.
Did the proceeds go to you? Do you donate it, or what do you do with it?
Yeah, I get a little bit. Like they basically, they're a place that you send them the design, and then they print to order. So if somebody orders a T-shirt, then they'll print it. They'll take they'll take the cost of what it costs to print it and blah blah blah, and then they'll give. I think they give the artist, the person who uploads the design, like 15 or 20% or something.
Have you decided to like is that the official Drive By Night Show logo then? What you've got on your shirt?
For now, yeah.
For now.
Unless you want to make a new one.
I'm artistically challenged, as they would say.
Okay. I didn't know. Maybe you were a graphic designer. I didn't know.
Yeah, could you imagine that being incredible? I'd have a better job than working at a GameStop.
You never know. I know a lot of graphic designers that work in coffee shops.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
But I'm about to lose reception here, and I'm sure you want to get on to the next person.
No worries.
Have a wonderful night, and
All
I'll be freaking in there on that live throughout the night.
All right. Thanks for calling. We'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll see you. Okay. That's our old friend from New York. We talk to a lot, and it's always a good conversation. A lot of conversation about Voyager, the satellite that went up into space, and he says in a couple of years it won't be able to send signals back. We got Ohio on the line. Drive By Night Show. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right tonight. What's going on?
No.
Just chilling. Oh, he said. What's going on tonight? He said nothing, and hung up. So thanks for the call, Ohio. Phone line's open 402-853-8436. I see the chat is just blowing up. It's overwhelming. We got Texas on the line. Drive By Night Show. How are you? Hello. Texas just hung up. So I see the numbers getting a little decent, the live number. So a lot of people just want to know if this is real. This is real. And we've got Virginia calling in. Drive By Night Show. How are you?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Not much. What are you up to tonight?
Not much. Watching NBA, man. I'm a big fan.
Well, thank you. Who's playing tonight?
We got Milwaukee Ducks and the Miami Heat.
The Ducks. How are the Ducks doing in this game?
The Ducks. I meant the Bucks.
I prefer the Ducks. That's kind of fun, actually.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is. Man, you ever been to Nashville?
I have been to Nashville. Yeah, it's a fun town.
Man, I just went there a couple weeks ago.
It's
man.
expensive though, man. Can you believe how expensive? Like you go and like order a drink, and you're like, "Hey, I'll take one of those," and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's like $12." I'm like, "Really?"
It was. I got a Jim Beam and Coke, and it was $12.
Yeah.
$2.24.
Hey,
Tell you what, man.
It'll kick your ass, but it's a good time.
Yeah, I mean, can I ask you something? Can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you tell me a really fat joke, like a good joke?
a good joke or a sad joke?
Best of both worlds. My pleasure.
What?
The best. Do both of them one time.
One time what?
Like one joke, fat and funny. A good joke.
Oh, a good joke. You want a good joke?
Yeah, a good joke.
Oh man, I'm so bad at jokes.
Come on, you're the night show.
I know.
You gotta tell me something good.
I know. We're just having conversations on the phone. We were doing good talking about the Ducks in Nashville. I thought now it's like I'm on the spot.
And I hit you hard on the spot.
You hit me hard. Do you know any good jokes?
Let's see. All right. 1, 2. Oh wait, no. Hold on. Let me say this again. How many people walk into the bar?
How many people walk into the bar? 3.
3. How many of them had a girlfriend?
2.
Well, 1 had a girlfriend. 1 didn't because she was black and got deported. Fine.
I don't know what just happened. And then they just hit the eject button, and it's probably a good thing. So the phone is just blowing up during that whole thing anyway. So there you go. Chat is saying, let's see, trying to get caught up with that just a little bit. And it's saying, it's crazy. I know where you are parked. That's true. Chat's saying, where's the new sign? Well, I have been thinking about the sign a little bit, but then I've had some offers from people that said that they were gonna make a sign for me, and that offer still stands to anybody. If you want to make a sign and send it to me, I will use it. Just use this phone number. Do whatever you want with it, and then I'll shout out whatever you want me to shout out for you, and I'll use your sign, and kind of fun. So hit me up if you're interested in that. Chat's saying we love the merch. Thank you. This Drive-By Night Show t-shirt. Go get one. Chat's saying my last relationship was 4 years ago. Okay. Chat's saying, but maybe he just needs to chill on the marriages. That was referring to the guy who was married twice before 25. We got Georgia on the line. Drive-By Night Show. How are you? Hello? Georgia. Going once, Georgia. Going twice, Georgia.
Niggers.
Yeah. Blocked, Georgia. You're blocked, Georgia. You had to breathe heavily before you could get through that one. It says you will no longer receive calls or messages from this number. Good. We've got Idaho on the line. Drive-By Night Show, how are you? And then Idaho just didn't want any of that. People don't think this stuff is real. Yeah, Gorilla Guy's saying 2 marriages in 4 years. Last one on a whim, Ross Geller from Friends. Okay. Chat's saying, what town are you in, Nebraska? And then their chat's laughing at the Ross joke. There. This cool, that's dope. Do men really ever grow up? Our toys just get bigger and more expensive. Okay, we got Florida on the line. Drive-By Night Show. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right tonight. What's going on?
Was that my guy who called in?
It was your guy, and I was curious to ask you, how do you think your conference call went last week?
I think it went all right. I was trying to type in the chat, let's do a conference call, but I think he was too busy talking about space.
He was. We were talking about space, and I just got like so far behind on the chat, and now it's like the phone's just blowing up. And there's like a bunch of people just jumped on this live, so it's kind of like getting into a weird place tonight,
A lot of interesting people out there tonight.
Yeah, there is. It could be one of those shows, So you guys had the conference call, and do you feel like you worked anything out, or it was just like a waste of time?
I think it was like a lot of. I think I just got into that position where all I do is just talk about cars, and it's like, I don't know, that's all him and I were doing. We're just talking about cars, going back and forth, not getting anything done. It was just like, I don't know, waste of time, and it was kind of interesting.
thought it was kind of interesting, but it did get to a point where I was like, I think these guys are just going to talk about cars for an hour, and
I could do.
yeah, it made my job easy. Like, I didn't have to do anything. I just sat here and just sort of let it happen. But after a while, I was like, I think I gotta like just maybe these guys could. But I was but do you think between just the little conversation you had with him there, and then hearing him on the shows and whatnot, if you ever ran into the guy in real life, would you have a beer with him?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
But I feel like a beer would turn into 2 hours, 3 hours later.
I think it would. I think it would too, and there'd be a lot of talking.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't think it would come to an end at a point. You know.
I like it.
But, how's life been?
It's good, man. I was saying earlier, and when I started this, and blah blah blah, that this is my 20th episode of the show tonight, so I'm kind of excited about that.
I think the first time I called was, I remember the date because it was the day before the night before my birthday.
Okay.
I remember that. April 22nd was the first day I called. That was Earth Day.
Earth Day, April 22nd. So it's just a little over a month ago.
Oh, just a little over a month.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how long I've been watching for.
I like it. That's it's a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, but I'm hopefully trying to come up to Oklahoma.
Oh.
Soon. I'm trying to buy a new car.
Okay.
I'm not gonna blab your ear off of it the whole time trying to explain everything I want on it.
Okay. But this is a personal car for yourself, nothing to do with work.
Nothing to do with work.
Okay.
I'm just getting, because my lease is almost up on my car. I'm trying to go to Oklahoma and go buy this car. So.
Okay. It must be quite the car if you're going to go all the way to Oklahoma for it.
You know, I've been waiting for 2 years. I'm such an avid car freak, and you know, I've been waiting for 2 years now, waiting for this lease to come up. But you know, so I'm ready to move on.
So the time is right, but you seriously couldn't find what you're looking for any closer. This is the spot.
Like Florida doesn't have I want an all-wheel drive car that's fast and that I can afford. You know, but it everything up north has that, you know, because they get those snowy and everything. Florida doesn't have any of that. Nobody buys an all-wheel drive car to come into Florida.
Okay.
And
that makes sense.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm watching your TikTok video. I saw Kitty Diesel say that everybody needs to chill out and call back till wait till I'm done. So I might just have to shut up here.
It's true. No, you're fine. It's just the beep beep on the call. It's just gotten a little, you know, and it's whatever. It's just kind of with it. It's just there hasn't been this much action in here in a while, so it's just kind of like it's kind of loose, wild, and free.
Yeah, I know. And then you get all the hang up calls right away. Like, tell me a joke, and then you get me to tell me a joke thing, and that turns into the Milwaukee Ducks and stuff like that.
It's true. So yeah.
So.
But whatever.
So I'll let one of the childish kids have their go at it.
All right, man. Appreciate the phone call. Have a good one.
I'll be back next week.
All right. Thanks. We'll see you.
All right. See you.
Okay.
Bye.
See you. All right. That's a good friend from Florida checking in tonight. Chat's saying, who should I draft first in fantasy football this year? My guy. I have no idea. The chat will definitely have some opinions for you. In the meantime, I'm going to check out Minnesota. Drive By Night Show. How are you?
Pretty good.
Good. Thanks for calling tonight.
Yeah, I was wondering, are you an Islamic terrorist?
No, are you?
No, I heard someone told me that you were the mastermind behind 9/11.
Oh, yeah. Sure. I look like I am, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I apologize for looking the way that I do, but I had nothing to do with it. I was in California when that happened, and it was a very strange day. I was 24 years old, so I'm a little older than you, and yeah, I'll tell you, it was a weird day just to be a human being in this country. What is your memory of 9/11?
Well, it was pretty bad thing. I don't think it was that great.
Were you alive when it happened?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, what do you remember your first memory of learning about it being?
It was bad. Very sad.
It was sad. It was a very strange day. That, you know, it's one of those moments in history where everybody can tell you where they were when it happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to say tonight?
Oh, yeah, about it.
All right. Have a good one. Thanks for calling.
Yep.
What's going on there, man? Like, all right, dude. Whatever, man. Have a good night, Minnesota, and we'll talk to you probably never. Okay, we've got New York on the line. Drive By Night Show, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right tonight. What's going on?
Not much, just chilling out. Gotta go to work in the morning.
Okay. Friday, though, tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you got the weekends off?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, any plans?
Drive around in the new truck I just bought.
Oh, nice. Have things opened up quite a bit? Is there still mask mandates or people moving around? What's the scene like?
Well, in New York, I don't know how it is anymore. I recently moved out here to Nebraska because everything is apparently cheaper.
You're kidding me. You moved to Nebraska.
Yes.
What part of Nebraska?
I'm in Fremont.
Oh, Fremont. Okay, man. I'm not too far away from you. I know Fremont. And it is cheaper.
Yeah. We don't have Emperor Cuomo over there.
No.
I don't know if I'm offending anyone, but he is.
I don't know.
He is a celebrity on TV, I guess.
He's on TV a lot.
Yeah, he's not doing his job though.
Well, fair enough. But you're gone. You're out of there. You're out of there. Now, did you notice? Did you buy a house or something? Did you notice the house prices are a little cheaper?
Yeah, they are. I didn't buy a house. I actually rent with my buddy.
Okay. And now, have you ever been to Omaha?
Yes, I have a few times.
It's not a bad town, right?
No, it's not. It's actually better than New York, I'll tell you that.
I don't know about that. But for a small city, there's some things to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not from the city, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
I was 60 miles from the city and 90 from Albany. So I was like right in the middle.
I got you. So how often did you go into New York City?
Very rarely.
Yeah.
It is a pain.
It is a pain. Yeah, it's not just an easy thing to do.
No, it is not. There's a lot of tolls. Just even cross the George Washington Bridge cost me $16 in my car.
$16? That seems a little much.
It is. When tolls out there to cross bridges are usually $1.50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And $1.50, I can understand that, but $16, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's because we had to go through Jersey.
Oh. Okay. Because Jersey's a very special place. So you got to pay money to go through that.
Yeah, you got to pay money to go through Jersey.
Yeah.
No wonder they always drive horribly over there.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So why Nebraska? Why did that pop up on the map of all the places? Because there's other. South Dakota's pretty cheap. Iowa's pretty cheap. Why Nebraska?
Well, my buddy moved out here. He came out here for 3 weeks. Me and him were very close. We were both firefighters together in EMS. And then he was telling me how much he loved it out here.
Okay.
So I let him borrow my truck to move out here with all his stuff. He came out here. I was just finishing up my job up in New York. And then out of nowhere, it's like, you know what? I'm going to Nebraska. I've been here a month. And I already got the job and everything.
Nice. Do you love it as much as he does, do you think?
No, because he has a girlfriend and I don't.
Okay, fair enough. There's a lot of nice Nebraska girls. Have you had a Runza yet?
A what?
A Runza.
What's that?
Well, it's a breaded sandwich with like hamburger, onions, and cabbage inside of it.
No, I have not.
It's a Nebraska delicacy.
No, I have not.
Okay, and there's a restaurant in Fremont. It's a little drive-through restaurant. It's called Runza Restaurant.
I think I might have to try that after work tomorrow.
You said, man, it's you know, it's probably not going to change your life, but if you're in Nebraska, you got to have one because someone's going to ask you about it sooner or later, and you just have to have an answer.
Yeah. Now, are there any good coffee shops over here?
I mean, what, in Fremont? Probably not. But I don't know. Like coffee, you know, it's kind of like you can find some smaller ones, but it's not an overpowering thing. You're not probably going to find one that's going to be your favorite place in the world.
Yeah. The only thing I do have to say, though, from where I lived in New York compared to here, it's flat out here.
Yeah.
And I get horrible cell service, too.
What's up with that? Why is that cell service so bad if there aren't any hills or trees or anything? You know, it doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I think AT&T is a horrible provider out here for some reason.
It is. Their tower situation here stinks. Now, when you moved, did you reroute your towers to point them to the Nebraska ones, though? Because that could be part of your problem.
To be honest with you, I don't know.
Okay.
I've traveled to Connecticut, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, and I've had no issues.
Well, see, I feel like your phone is still looking for those towers on the East Coast, though. And that's what's like kind of like straining it a little bit. There's a way that you can point them. I don't know how to do it, but there's a way you can point them to like these new towers in your area. And it might help.
Might help. I don't know. It all depends.
It all depends. I agree, but no, I don't know what's even a good provider around here because I got like Sprint or whatever, and it works like crap as well.
Anything from New York basically sucked.
Okay, fair enough. Now, do you ever envision yourself going back?
Yes, to go grab my stuff.
Oh, but that's it. You're never gonna live there again.
If things go south here, yes, because my dad always had the place out there for me.
I gotcha. Well, there you go. Well, welcome to Nebraska. I hope it treats you well.
Yeah, I hope so too, because I basically left my whole livelihood in New York.
Right on. Well, I mean, you know, people are pretty nice around here. There's at least that much going, I suppose.
I'll tell you this: I got pulled over a few weeks ago because I locked my keys in my car.
Yeah. My
buddy was a tow operator, and he had a lockout kit. So he basically broke into my car to get my keys. And the next day, I got pulled over by a sheriff. He was like, "Hey, we got reports that someone broke into your car last night." I'm like, "Yeah, that was me. I locked my keys." And he's like, "Oh, all right. Have a great day."
Have a great day. And that it just ended right there. They just believed you, took you for your word, and it was over.
Yeah, well, I mean, he asked me for my license and registration,
I see.
and proof of insurance. But other than that, yeah, you just said, "Oh, have a great day."
And there you go. That's Nebraska nice, as they say.
Yeah, but if you get pulled over by a trooper or a sheriff in New York, you just get a ticket.
No matter what.
No matter what, because the troopers out there are ticket happy.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Well, good deal, man. Well, thanks for calling tonight. I appreciate it, and I hope Nebraska's all right for you.
Hey, no problem. I just saw your TikTok thing, and I'm like, oh, cool, a Nebraska number. I should call it.
There you go. No, it's all right. I've lived here a long time. You have to come into a Lincoln in the fall and go see a football game. There's nothing like it in the country.
I might as well have to do that because I haven't seen any baseball teams out here.
Well, you can do the College World Series in Omaha is a lot of fun. It's a big deal. I think it's a go for this summer, and it's a pretty big thing that happens there every year.
Now, you said a football game is a thing to see.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Army-Navy game over at West Point, New York?
I have not. No, I've watched it on TV many years. You know, and it does look like quite an event.
Yeah, I actually lived 10 miles from there.
Okay.
I always went to see the game.
That's awesome because that's been a traditional rivalry for a long time. It's a fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun game.
Yeah. But hey, thanks for taking the time to talk, and I appreciate it.
All right, man. Have a good night. Thank you.
All right, you too. Be safe.
We'll see you.
All right, bye.
Okay, that's a guy from New York who moved to Nebraska, of all places. And there you go. Nice guy, and I enjoyed the conversation. Phone line's open, 402-853-8436. Going to try and get caught up with the chat here a little bit. I'm crazy behind. Chat saying, yeah, at least he doesn't skip out in the comments in the beginning. I don't know what that means. What the hell? People get awkward when they call. Laugh my ass off. Yes, they do. I'm not guys. Didn't we have Idaho call earlier and hang up? I don't know what happened. Let's try it again. Drive by Night Show. How are you?
Hey, this is Ashley. How are you?
Hey, Ashley. Doing great. What's going on tonight?
We matched on Tinder.
Oh,
Remember?
okay. Yeah. I do remember
We
that.
exchanged phone numbers.
I know, Ashley. You're not
I'm the
supposed.
blonde girl who's looking for an open relationship with no strings attached.
Ashley,
Does that ring a bell?
I told you not to call me live on the air, though,
Listen,
Ashley.
I'm gonna get right to the point.
Yeah.
I'm just dying to go out tonight, and I would love to get a drink with someone. Are you in?
Well, I mean, yeah. Why are you calling me? Of course I'm in.
Don't be shy, okay?
I'm
I
not
think we're
being
going to
shy
get
at
along
all.
great.
I
You
said
look
yeah.
so cute in your pictures.
Okay, alright, yeah, alright. Anything else you want to say, Ashley?
I'm gonna send you a couple pictures of me in my undies.
I thought
Maybe
you-
that'll help you make up your mind.
I've already seen them, and I said yes, I want to go.
Text me when you're ready to go out, okay?
Okay.
I'll be waiting for your message.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, that was one of those prankdial.coms. I like those, and I've actually gotten that one from Ashley, who I matched on Tinder with before. We got North Carolina on the line. Drive by Night Show. How are you?
Yo, you picked up.
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm chilling right now.
Good to hear from you. What's on your mind this evening?
Just watching right now. Oh wait, it's a little delayed on the TikTok.
It's got like a 5-second delay or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know
Might be
why.
my Wi-Fi. I
Okay.
don't know.
No, it doesn't. Like anybody who calls, and if they've got like the phone, like I can hear it in the background, and it's always like 5 seconds behind.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's crazy.
So it's no big deal. So what are you up to then?
Well, I'm just chilling at home right now. I saw it live, decided to call.
Have you ever seen the show before?
No, this is the first time.
Okay, that's awesome. No, I think I got pushed out to a whole big group tonight because it's just kind of, there's just been phone calls from all over the place. This is my 20th week in a row doing this. So I've been doing this since January, and it's just a fun thing to do. I do it for like a few hours, and we just talk about whatever. We can talk about whatever you want.
Right. That's crazy. Oh my God.
It is crazy, and so we're trying to figure out. We're gonna get somewhere here. What did you do today?
Well, I'm currently checking out the Marine Corps right now, so
Okay.
trying to, get out of that.
So how long have you been in?
Coming up on 4 years, so
4 years.
First term. Yeah.
Now, what was that like when you went in? Did you have to sign like, not a contract per se, but like I'm gonna be in for this amount of time?
Yeah, pretty much. So you go to like NEPS and everything, they have you sign a certain amount of time, but I just did 4 years.
Uh-huh. So you're in your mind, you've done your duty, and you're just ready to move on and do something else.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, what's next in life?
Probably gonna go to school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now are you around in the North Carolina area or somewhere else?
Yeah, North Carolina right now. I'm originally from Massachusetts, so
Oh, nice. How do you like the Carolinas?
I honestly hate it. It's horrible down here. I'm from the city life, so
It maybe moves a little too slow for you.
right, yeah, exactly.
People are nice though, but they're just too slow.
For sure, yeah.
I hear that, man. That's cool. Well, good deal. So it sounds like now, time in the Marines. Don't they pay for like a good chunk of your education?
Yeah, with the GI Bill, technically, like, I'm pretty much getting paid to go to school with the amount that they are paying you. It's like, depending on your area, too, around North Carolina, you'll get like $1,200 a month.
back home in Mass, I'll probably get around like 3,000 a month.
That's pretty good, man. I would recommend you just go to school then. That sounds all right to me.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
yeah.
I mean, get an education, you know, on the
Yeah.
military dollar, so.
Yeah, but you earned it, so you might as well take advantage of it.
Yeah.
I think it sounds great, and you know, and you've done your. So what would you say after 4 years in the Marines? Let's say somebody wanted to go to the Marines or they didn't want to go to the Marines. What would be the one thing that you would tell people that they would never imagine the Marines is about?
Oh, I can't speak entirely freely, but I'll say, be prepared, to say the least.
I like that answer, honestly, because it's like, be prepared, because no matter what you think this is going to be, it's going to be more, and it's going to be harder, and it's going to be, so just be prepared. So would you say more like, I mean, obviously you got to be in fit. What is harder, more difficult, do you think? The physical, being in the physical shape, or the mental shape to deal with it?
I definitely 100% think mental. I know some people definitely have to physically prepare for it more than others, but mentally, it's just, it's a hump you're never going to be able to get over. Even after boot camp, you're day in and day out, you're going to have to deal with stresses you wouldn't believe. So.
Right, because eventually, physically, even if you're super out of shape, you're going to get into shape and be able to do those physical things. But if you're not right there in the mind, then, you know, it's not gonna work.
Right, for sure.
Okay, I like it, man. I do. Now, I don't want to harp on this with you all night, but do you feel like your experience then doing that is something that you can draw from for the rest of your life?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I saw my life go in no direction if it wasn't for the Marine Corps, and you know, at the end of the day, I am thankful.
Yeah.
I did decide to do something with my life, so I feel like it's something I'll be able to carry for the rest of my life. Have the tact, determination to get shit done. So
that's right.
Excuse my language.
No, you're good, man, and I love stuff like that. You know, I never went into the military and whatnot, but I did other types of jobs in my early 20s that were like the hardest work I've ever done in my life. And it gave me this sort of like mindset that I wasn't afraid, like any task, I then was equipped to deal with it. Like I knew how to accomplish things and get shit done. And it's like I wasn't afraid, and like nothing was going to stop me. And it's a very powerful feeling.
Mm-hmm. For sure, yeah.
So there you go. So I don't know. That's what we ended up talking about. But I enjoyed the conversation. Anything else you want to talk about tonight?
Oh no, I won't hold a line too. I'm not like the New York guy. I'm just kidding with you.
No, you're good. It's just phone's just been blowing up tonight, but it's a good problem to have. So I appreciate the call, and good luck in your future.
Well, thanks for having me on. I'll follow you right now.
All right. Cheers. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Bye.
See you. Okay, this guy from North Carolina just got out of the Marines. All right, we got Virginia on the line. Drive By Night Show. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing all right tonight. Thanks so much for calling.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is your opinion about life? Like, what in your eyes is life?
We were just talking about just the bare basics. We're here. We're breathing. Our eyes are open. Our brain is thinking. You know, it's a bizarre thing because you have to look at it from complete darkness.
That is true.
The world's been around. People have been around for a long time. And yet you and I were just in this state of darkness. And then the day that we were born, or the day that we can have our first memory when we're 2 or 3 or something, this light just kind of flicks on, and here we are. Yet we don't know anything, really. We just know something is happening. And then we learn, and we experience, and we go through it. And even with all of that, we still get to this day where you ask me, what the hell is this all about? Because even though we've gone through it now for a while, we still have no idea what's going on. And I think that's okay. I don't think there's any easy answer to it. I don't think that there's supposed to be an easy answer to it. Maybe a different way to look at it is, are we living life the best way that we can? I mean, we're here, but are we doing it the right way, or are we like messing it all up?
That is true.
You know what I mean? What is your feeling? You asked the question. How would you answer your own question?
I would answer it like life is more of a wave. It goes out and it crashes at the end. It brings stuff back in.
Yeah.
And it pushes it back out.
I like
life
it.
Is like the ocean.
It certainly is. You know, it was an amazing thing. I was out of town this past weekend, and I was in an old cemetery, and I kind of became like transfixed on this one tombstone from this woman that was like born in like 1834 and then died in like 1836 or 1856 when she was like 22, you know. And I even like yeah, like 22 years old, you know, but people, like, medicine wasn't what it used to be, so people's life expectancy, she could have had any weird sort of thing that just put her out. But I ended up like Googling her, just like, who is this person? And there's not one single thing that you could find about her anywhere except this tombstone that just physically existed. And I don't know, it just sort of like set my brain scrambling in the sense that it's like, what was the point? What was the point of her life? Like nobody alive knows anything about it. You can't find anything about it on the internet. It's like she wasn't even here.
Yeah, that's probably how I'm gonna go off, because like I have no one like at all. Like
okay.
Family despises me. Yeah.
Well, but
what it is, what it is.
It is what it is. You're right. But even if I Googled your name, everybody's name, essentially something will come up for you. Like that's just sort of the world that we live in now. Like nobody is 100% anonymous anymore.
That is true.
You know,
it's just crazy how technology took us from point A to point B.
Do you think it's been overall a good thing or a bad thing?
Kind of both. I just remember getting a flip phone. I'm just like, this is the greatest thing ever.
I love the flip phones, man. Like
they're indestructible.
Yeah, you know what I liked about the flip phones. I love texting on them versus I don't even know what you call the phones we have now, but I like the buttons. I like the hard button to like hit and to send the text. It just felt good.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there.
Okay, so I kind of miss that. I had this one version of a phone that like it sat, vertically, and then you would turn it horizontally, push the screen up, and then there was a keyboard underneath it, and I could type with my thumb so fast it would have like made your head spin.
Oh, so the slide phone as well?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I loved that phone. I would get one of those tomorrow if I could.
Yeah, I would rather use one of those than what I'm using now. So.
Well, it's just so weird sending text because it's just like I don't know what I'm hitting a lot of the times. There's nothing to like reinforce that I'm hitting a button.
Yeah.
And I think our brain likes a button that gets pushed in and something that's just got some like feeling to it.
That is true. That's why keyboards is mostly going for anything else.
Yeah.
It's a button that you can push and feel.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, it's a lost art.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, right on. Well, I don't know if I answered your question about the meaning of life.
Perfectly.
But it's a perspective, I suppose.
It is.
All right.
So
Well,
you answered it more perfectly than anybody else has. So
I wouldn't go that far, but I
you know, like for me, like asking people, you answered it like the closest enough.
Well, thank you.
I understand.
I've actually thought about it a lot, more than I should, so I better have something to say on it, you know.
Yeah. But I hope your night is a wonderful night. I hope you get a lot of nice callers and hopefully no hang-ups.
I'm all about all of those things, and thank you for the conversation tonight. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. We'll see you. Okay, there you go. Asking about like life, the meaning of life. And yeah, if anybody's got any opinions, feel free to call in and we'll try and figure it out together. And we only got an hour and 40 minutes left in the show. I don't know if we'll be able to do it, but we can at least try. We got Ohio on the line. Drive By Night Show, how are you? And Ohio just out of there. Didn't want any of that. Chad is saying, I was in the 7th grade on 9/11. Okay, you're actually older than most in here, probably. There you go. We got Iowa on the line. I don't know what just happened to Iowa. I don't know if I hung up on you, Iowa. I just don't know what happened to Iowa. If you want to call back, give it a shot. I apologize if that was my bad. Chat's saying, good show, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Here's Iowa again. Drive By Night Show. How are you?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. What's going on tonight?
Not much. Just taking fat shit and fucking your bitch.
Cool, dude. I'm jealous. I wish I was doing both of those things, yet I'm sitting here answering your insipid call. So thanks for reminding me of how pathetic my life is and how amazing yours. Chat's saying, anyone from Georgia here? I'll tell you that. Okay, we got a special guest. And I got 99 plus messages in the chat. I'm never going to catch up with this thing because we got Gorilla Man calling in, and we got to see what's going on. Gorilla Man, did you hear that last caller?
What is going on?
Not much. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm listening to the show and all these fucktards relentlessly calling in and then blowing their 2.5 second load of infamy on here for nothing.
Well,
stupid.
It's kind of a metaphor for their entire existence, I suppose.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
We're summing their lives up in one phone call.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. And for I don't know however long you've been on the show now, an hour and 22 minutes, blowing everybody's call up just to be a fool. It's so stupid.
It is, you know. And I noticed tonight though, early, maybe like around the 40-45 minute mark, I saw the highest number.
Almost 60 people.
It went over that at one point, I think. And
did it? Okay.
Yeah, I had honestly never. So as much as I don't want to admit it, I had never seen that number get that high before. So it was hitting like a reach, and so we were bound to get the phone just going nuts there.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised I got off as easy as I did during that stretch.
Well, I just want to say to everybody who's listening, yeah, I may be bitching about the phone blowing up, but I'm not bitching about the people that actually want to call in and be part of the show. I'm frustrated with the idiots that are like, oh, you want to hear a joke? Oh.
Yeah, for sure. Is it your birthday today?
It is.
It
is.
What are you doing? Anything special for your birthday?
Man, I got to go to work tomorrow. Like I said last week, I changed jobs, so now I got to work. But you know, I had fun. I had today off, and then went and visited the grandma.
Yes, good.
Yeah. Had to glue in her teeth again, so it's all right.
Okay, you just got to get some of that real. I think it is Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, I told you. That's what I did.
Well,
I haven't had to mess with it since last month. So.
I see. So you're saying the Gorilla Glue in Grandma's mouth last about a month.
Last about a month.
That's really pretty good when you think about it.
And then I use her to, like, if I need something small cut in half, well, I tell her to get some on. So she cuts right through it.
Okay. I love it. Well, good. So any birthday plans for the weekend then? Maybe saving up for that.
Yeah, I'm off Saturday, and then I'm not off again until next Friday, I think. But I don't know. We're gonna have to play this stuff by ear because it's a new job, a new experiences for me. I'm not gonna tell you who I'm working for, but it is a large roadside assistance company.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
And it kind of works like DoorDash or Uber. We sit around in our trucks until we get a call on there, and we're off to pull the babies out of the car that some idiot locked their kids in the car with, and yeah, it's crazy.
I like that though. Then it's not, you're just not sitting around whatever, wasting time. It's actually, you get a call and it's like, okay, it's time to go to work.
True. But I mean, the first day that we did it, or I did it anyway, we had 10 calls in a 10-hour shift. And we probably, if you combined everything that we were out of the truck for, it was like maybe 30 minutes. It was crazy.
Okay.
So it's not all, the hustle and bustle that I figured it was going to be. I thought I was going to have to break down a lot of damn tires. I figured I was going to be on the side of a busy highway, and it was not at all.
Okay, I understand now. And I know you're going to get one of these at some point, but have you gotten one where you get there and there was like virtually no reason why they should have contacted you?
Yeah, I haven't got one yet, no, but my buddy who was training me, he said, last week or a week before last, he got a call, and he said it was a guy who claimed to, and it was an emergency call, because anytime you got an animal or kids locked in the car, it goes to an emergency.
Yeah.
So anyway, he got an emergency call saying that the guy locked his dog in the car.
Okay.
Well, he gets there. He sees the guy outside the car. He sees the car, and he sees that the car's window is half rolled down.
Okay.
So he goes over there, and he said, you got a dog in the car? And he said, no, I don't have a dog in the car. He said, well, dispatch says we had a dog in the car. And he's like, I don't know where we got that. Anyway, he looked inside, and he saw the guy's half-eaten lunch in there. So the guy somehow locked himself out with the window half rolled down and called roadside assistance.
Yeah, that place. And
yeah.
So was he reaching in through the half rolled down window, taking a bite of his sandwich?
He should have. And he's the type of guy that could have done that. It would have been great if he would have. But no, he eyeballed this guy for a minute, and he was like, really? And he reached in, grabbed the keys, and then tossed them at the guy and left.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, I imagine he still got paid, or the company still gets paid for something like that.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know if you know how that works, but you pay a monthly or yearly membership,
right,
and it's just included in it. You know what I mean?
So even if you make a turkey phone call like that, it's not, you don't get charged any extra, which you should.
No, as long I mean, you should. There should be like a $50 idiot fee or something like that, but
yeah. Oh, there you go.
I don't know. It was great. It was great. I'm looking forward to calls like that.
You know what? I think it'd be a fun job. I think it's going to be a variety. It's going to be one of those jobs you never know what the next call is going to be, or where it's going to take you, or what the situation. And I think it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. Well, like it reminds me already of kind of like the Uber thing. Like I really enjoyed driving for Uber. I really enjoyed
hauling the people around. I
Sure.
enjoy the experiences that I had. I'm sure you do too. You know, you meet new people, you get to hear fantastic, fascinating things,
Yeah.
whether it be, you know, the guy sitting in the car talking to his girl who's obviously cheating on him, you know?
Absolutely. Now, you know, yesterday I did my Uber and Lyft inspection were expiring. And I didn't know what to do, because I'm like, you know what, I haven't even hardly driven. I've done like less than 10 rides in the past year, and I'm like, I don't know if I even want to do this. But now Lyft is offering all sorts of bonuses and incentives to get out there, and Uber's doing some of the same as well. So I went ahead with it, and I did the inspection for both of them yesterday. So I think I'm going to do some rides here coming up.
Well, I definitely would, and if they offer like that insane amount of money for like the few rides, like you did the other, I guess a month ago now.
They've got one this weekend. Just for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, give 65 rides.
Oh, Lord!
And they'll give you $650, no questions asked, and all the tips that you get on it.
I'd be signing up.
I know, man. It's just Friday.
I would do that myself.
So if you made $200-300 in tips, you know, you're almost going to make $1,000 just driving Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
And 30
yeah, hell, you can't beat that.
65. That's a few rides, but it's definitely doable on those 3 days.
Oh yeah, especially Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I don't know about Nebraska or Kansas for that matter, but Oklahoma's I don't know. I feel like even though the threat of COVID's still there, I feel like it's slowly coming back.
Oh no, shit's lit around here, man. There's people all over the place.
Yes.
People are ready to be out and doing stuff. So, like, we got an area here. You know, it's a bunch of bars, old industrial buildings. You've seen it. They turn into bars and restaurants and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing downtown.
Yep. And you couldn't move. You couldn't move down there the last few weekends. There's just thousands, tens of thousands of people just everywhere. You know, it
might be time to get back in the game of this, but my issue is Uber won't.
They want what? Gorilla Man. I feel like I lost you, Gorilla Man. What happened there? Okay, Gorilla Man was mid-sentence. The phone's still up. It's still like counting down that we're on a phone call. So I'll just let that one sit there for a second, see what happens.
All right, man. What was the last thing you said? Heard.
You said you were talking about like I need to get out, or maybe get out there and drive again, and then you said the one thing I can't stand about Uber is, and that was it.
Well, I can't understand about Uber is they won't recognize my registration papers.
What do you
like
mean?
I have my car registered through the tribe.
Yeah.
An Indian tribe.
Okay.
So they won't recognize the paperwork. Every time I send it in, it says that I've not sent in my registration. They can't verify my registration. So.
I see. So maybe it is because they don't recognize that as being a legal place, I guess. Is that what you think?
Yeah, and then they told me that I needed to go to. I got one of the idiots on the chat bot, and they said I needed to go back to the DMV and get it from them. I'm like, I can't go to a regular DMV. It's not like I'm going down to the tag office here in town. I got to go to a tribal tag office.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. But I guess I got to drive my hoopty if they'll accept that now.
Well, they have backed off a little bit, like on the years and the condition. When they first started, it was pretty staunch stipulations that they had. Now, did Lyft have a problem with that registration, or is it just Uber?
I only done Uber and DoorDash, and DoorDash, you know, I mean, they'll let you do it with bicycles.
Yeah, so. They don't give a shit. Yeah.
No, they don't give a flying who's your mama on how you get that food there.
They're just like, you know what, Caroline needs this sandwich, just get it there. Here's
even though he's 3 hours late.
Here's $3. It's true. There's some of those I'll get that really stress me out. Where I'll you know, a lot of times you'll see that the pickup time will be like, say it's 5 o'clock. Pickup time says 5:08, and you're like, oh cool, I'll get in my car, I'll get there right at 5:08. And then there's a couple times I picked them up where it's like 5 o'clock and it says the pickup time 2:42, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on
Holy
here?
hell!
I've ran into that a couple of times where I'm like, are you telling me that this food has been sitting on a shelf for over 2 hours, and you really want me to go pick it up?
And how much was it? Your cut?
$3, you know, still the same garbage.
That's the reason why.
Yeah.
It's because nobody wanted to pick that shit up.
Yeah.
And drive it 20 miles
right.
for $3.
Right. Well, and I've done it a couple times where I've like, you know, maybe it was $5, $6, and I've picked it up, and then I see that ridiculous time on it, where it's been sitting there for 2 hours, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just unassigning this thing. I want no part of the sandwich. Yeah, that's been, you know, like, it's just not a good way to start off this delivery. This thing is not going to end well.
Well, the one time that it happened to me, and I told you about this a few weeks ago, is the minute I got the thing and I sent to the customer, I'm on the way to pick up your food.
Right.
They texted back 2 hours later, ? And I'm like, man, I let that roll. I picked up their food. I drove it to 20 miles across town, I mean, it may not have been 20. It was a hell of a long time.
Yeah.
I got far away from where all the action was. Dropped it off at a $500,000 house or better. It may have been $1 million house. I mean, it was a good sized house.
Yeah.
And then the bitch comes out there, and I'm pardon my language, but I just can't stand it. Every time I think about this, I've never hit a woman, but I'd punch her right in the face again if I ever saw her.
Wow.
But yeah, it was bad. She came out there and had in true Karen form, both hands on the hips. It's about damn time. And I'm just like, I don't even know what you're talking about, 2 hours. She's like, I put this in over 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
And you just now got this to him. I was like, no, I literally had it 15 minutes ago.
Exactly. Like you picked it up 2 hours ago. You threw it in your trunk. You went home, watched a little TV.
Took a bubble bath.
Yeah, took a nap. You know, oh yeah, you know what? I might as well take Jill her sandwich now.
And get my $3 that I've been
collect my
putting
$3.
off.
Yeah. No, it's pretty amazing. But yeah, that's the stuff that goes through people's minds. That's like, and I was in that same spot when I saw that thing that had been sitting there for over 2 hours. I'm like, this is not going to end well. I'm just not even going to go there.
Not for you. You're going to get a bad rating now, which you potentially could lose your job. And I don't know if you do it full time down there or not, or when you did do it, you're doing. I couldn't make it a full time job here because I guess Oklahoma's just not there yet.
Just not there yet. People like to eat around there, right?
Oh well, yeah, but I mean, like where I live.
Yeah.
I can't. There's no DoorDash. I can't DoorDash to my house.
Oh, are you out of like the range?
But I guess. Yeah. I mean, I am literally like 5 minutes away from downtown Tulsa.
Oh, you should.
And I've delivered food out further than where I live, but I can't get it to come here.
Well, that's weird.
And a lot of the places that I want from won't send it here.
Okay.
So I can't even use it.
I don't know what's going on there.
Well, and then when I was doing DoorDash, I delivered food to what essentially looked like an abandoned house. And I ended up calling whoever ordered this food, and she was like, oh my God, I wasn't even paying attention to my phone. I'll be right there. And then she comes screaming down the street.
So she was down the block.
Yeah, she said, I'm actually out of range. I have it delivered here, and I meet them here. And I'm like, oh, well.
Oh, that's crazy.
I got you.
That's crazy. But I don't like that because, like, I was, you know, I don't know. I drove, like, back in the day.
Yeah.
Before any of this stuff, I did an old school, like, yellow cab, like a taxi. Okay.
Oh, I can see that.
And they trained us in the sense that here's the address. Now, when you go to this address to pick somebody up, And if you see them coming from across the street or down the street or behind you, if they're coming from anywhere but from that address that you're given, to bail. That it's no good. This is no good. They sent you here as a way to, like, you know, come up to you on some other angle, and they're up to no good. So you just bail. So you have to, like, it was really gets you kind of like paranoid about the thing, you know.
Yeah. Well, I worried about that stuff when I was doing the Uber, the DoorDash, and man, I don't think I'd lose my. Well, you might. I mean, hell, I don't know, but I don't think I'd lose my life over fast food.
No. If anybody wants that food, just here you go. It's yours.
Hell yeah, that's all yours.
I don't care at all. You know, because I picked up this like $80-some worth of barbecue one day on DoorDash, and I was driving it across town to drop it off, and I got a flat tire.
Oh man.
And you know, I pulled over and like I tried to change it, but like my jack was all messed up. So I was like, I can't do this in like 10 minutes or 20 minutes, or you know, it's gonna take me a while. So I called DoorDash support and I said, hey, you know, this is what's going on. And they're like, don't worry about it. We'll just cancel the order and you just throw the food away. And I'm like, this is like...
Yeah, that's going to happen.
This is like, well, I ate all of it, but I'm like, this is like $80-some worth of barbecue, and they just didn't care about it at all. So, like, to your point, if somebody wants that bag of fast food, here you go. Because, you know, it's just a write-off to them, I think.
Now, I won't lie, when I was an Uber driver, I have my concealed carry anyway. So when I was doing the Uber driving, I always had a pistol on me. So if somebody wanted, again, there was only one time that I thought I was going to have to use it on, well, not use it on somebody, but at least brandish it so I can gain control of the gain control of the conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I didn't have to, but I felt safe, and I mean most of the people were pretty cool. Most of the people were, you know, they were young adults.
Right, and that's the majority of the age that you're gonna get in there, you know.
I mean, if I did get someone that was a single shady-looking person, I put them on. I need you on the right-hand side in the back.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's worse.
So I can watch him.
It's true. You got to keep an eye on.
Hell yeah, you got to. People are strange.
They are strange, and it is weird when you think about it. It's just perfect strangers, like just a stranger in your car, and then you're a stranger to them. You know.
Oh yeah.
And I know we've got profiles and names to match up on the phones and all that, but that doesn't mean anything. If somebody wants to get like squirrely for a couple of minutes, it's like the last thing they're going to be considering is their profile linked to the phone, you know.
The last thing that they'd be considering is the Uber driver to have a big old pistol too.
Well, yeah, totally. Or in my experience, you know, too, which is amazing to me, it's like you'd think people would realize that there's a freaking camera in an Uber as well.
Oh, I never had a camera. It was going to be my word against theirs.
No, I understand. I guess I was just saying to the point that, you know, the videos that you see of mine, it's like the camera's just sitting right there, and yet people are doing and saying these things, and I'm like, you guys are nuts. Like, why would you say this right in front of the camera?
Well, see, what I thought was crazy when the wife discovered you, because she's the one that discovered you.
Uh-huh.
She's like, oh, this guy does what I want you to do the next time, or if you ever get back into Uber driving. And I was like, oh wow. So we was already talking about recording, because I'd come home and, you know, I'd obviously wake her up when I came home for either coming up the stairs or the dog would bark and wake her up, and she'd ask me how my night was, and I'd tell her about this crazy shit that's happened or some story somebody had or something, and she's like, man, we need to find a way to record that, and then we can put it on YouTube, find a way to live stream it.
It's true.
I mean, man, there was some nutty shit happening in that car.
There is, and it's like, what's going on here? And I know there's nutty shit happening where you are and where everybody is, because it's happening where I am, and I'm in a small market, and I'm like, what is going on in the world?
Yeah, man, people are. And and then they don't even care. They get in that car and they're willing to talk about the booty call they just left.
Yes.
Or whatever, being drunk off their ass can't drive home.
I picked up an escort one night. I don't know if I told you the story, if I told anybody the story. I don't even know. But she was on her way to a hotel.
Oh, wow.
And she was like changing clothes in the back seat. And then that's when like she just like said it like out of nowhere. She's just like, this is the third time I've changed my clothes tonight. And I'm like, oh yeah, what's going on? And she told me, oh, I'm going to meet this John at the hotel, blah, blah, blah. And then I got one more to do after that. And it's just, you know, it's just kind of one of those things where it's just like, yeah, there's just stuff going on that you don't even really realize until you start driving people around.
Yeah, and they are willing to, I guess it's just because they think it's going to be a one-time thing, but they are willing to talk.
Exactly. It's like, why is she telling me all of this stuff? Like, I don't need to know. Like, it doesn't, I'm going to drive her there anyway. But there is something about it. It feels like it's anonymous. It feels like it's like therapy that you're kind of paying for. It's a perfect stranger, so you can vent some of your frustrations with. I don't know what it is exactly, but it happens.
Well, the wife, she was always talk about how that you know seems fitting to you. I see why you enjoy it so much, because I am a people person. She say, you know, you can talk to anybody. You should be a bartender or whatever. And I'm like, man, I could be a bartender, but I wouldn't want to listen to all that shit. You get some fat ass drunk that's like, I can't believe you left me, man.
It wears you out at the end of the night.
2 marriages in 4 years. I can't handle
it. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that out there. And when you listen to people for hours talk about stuff like that, and you try and be empathetic and supportive, it's like more straining than you think it is. I don't know how like therapists do it all day long, honestly.
Well, maybe because they got a therapist.
You almost think you'd have to, but it's like people are dumping that onto you. So it's like they're kind of like transposing their hardships, their weight onto you. Like it's got to go somewhere. So even if you don't,
it's going to their therapist.
That's what I mean. And even if you don't care about somebody and you're removed from them, you're still picking up some of that like burden from them.
Yeah, but I always enjoyed it. I like the juicy gossip. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm as bad as a woman.
Yeah, no, I love the juicy. I love the juicy gossip too, and I just like to listen. You know, the stuff that's going on, and I kind of get caught up in it because I'm like, well, I mean, I'm here. Like, you can't shut your ears off. Like, you can't just like pretend that you didn't hear something that was said in the car. So, you just
and then I don't know how it works where you're at, though. For me, I'd start around 5 o'clock, and I might get 1 or 2 calls to go pick somebody up and take them to the bar scene, to take them to the dinner area or whatever. But then, man, it was midnight. I mean, I'd be out there from 6 to midnight and get 1 or 2, you know, different rides. And normally it was a few blocks.
Yeah.
But then, you know, I had to be there. I wanted to be there for when the rush home was happening.
Right, of course.
But, yeah, man, and then the conversation had come, and, you know, 4 or 5 hours in the car by myself listening to the radio that plays the same 6 songs over and over, and then me and my lucid mind and all the shit that I can dream up to think about, I'd be ready for that conversation, you know? So, I'd pull as hard as I had to get that conversation to start flowing, you know what I mean?
Me too, and I you know, every now and then you'd meet somebody who just doesn't want to talk at all. But I felt like part of the job is to be welcoming and to be a professional and be like, hello, how are you? What's going on tonight? To be interested in their world. And if people don't want to talk, then that's fine. But I found 9 times out of 10, people just light up when you ask them, like, well, what are you up to tonight? Like, people love to talk about what they're doing.
What was the most people you've ever had in your vehicle?
You know, I mean, swear to God, I just got my inspection approved yesterday, and now I'll be deactivated. When I tell you, I got paid off to put 8 people in my car.
Man, I did that. I did that for the low price of a 2 ride.
I did
and it didn't dawn on me until I was canceling, finishing that off. I was like, motherfucker, there's only supposed to be 2 of them sons of bitches in here, and I had 6 of them.
Yeah. I think they gave me like $60 cash, something like that, on top of the ride, and I was just like, and we weren't going that far, and it was like a concert, and I knew like this little side road that I could take. And just before I even got to like the main part of the concert, like a good little place to just like ditch them. And there was just people just bent over and crumpled up in here, and like you couldn't even move your head without like hitting some body part.
I had 5 in the back seat, and I had the smallest person was sitting up front with me. And then I shit you not, we rolled up. I didn't even see it. Wasn't even thinking about it. Rolled it right next to a cop at a stoplight.
Oh no, you don't want that.
And the people in the back were like, one of the people in the back was like, "Don't move." he just rolled up. He rolled up next to a cop, and I was like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
I just forgot. I forgot I had 5 people piled up back there.
It's like if we stay still, the cop won't be able to tell how many people are in here.
Yeah, but man, luckily either that cop didn't want none,
had other shit to do,
or he didn't see it. Yeah. But when the light went green, he went on, and I was stuck in the damn turning lane, of course. But
that's okay.
Man, but the whole time my butthole was puckered because I was like, how am I going to explain this, and how big is that ticket going to be?
You're not going to be able to explain it. You're just going to get the ticket, and guess what? None of those people in the car are going to help you with it, and that's kind of what I kind of came to as it was, because I'd still have people ask me over the time, pile in, we'll throw you $10 or $20. And
no, you need to pay this ticket.
Yeah, and then I got to a point where it's just like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not cramming a bunch of people.
I wouldn't do that. Well, I did all this in a Versa, a Nissan Versa, man, a 4-door Versa.
Yeah, that's a lot for that Versa to handle.
Yeah, it was packed a lot with just me in it.
Sure, exactly. So imagine putting 5 more people in there.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Well, it's fun, but it's a hard spot that people put you in, and they try and jam.
Well, and and I was trying to hustle, and I was thinking maybe I'd get a tip out of it, and that never did, man, never did.
That's the problem. So like I said, I don't even want to go there anymore with people. But when I did, like, I would get it up front. They'd be like, "Can we put 5 in here?" And I was like, and they're like, "Oh, we'll give you $20." And I was like,
hand it over.
Yeah, cough it up then. Like, you're giving it to me now, or we're not doing this.
Man, yeah, I should have done something like that. But a lot of that was when I was first new at it too. So I was already like kind of questioning everything anyway. So.
Sure. I get it. It doesn't take too long to become an old, bitter Uber driver.
Oh yeah, I don't think nothing's made me bitter as much as doing the DoorDash. I mean, seriously, like the long ass wait at the drive-through. Then you get the attitude from because you went, well, by God, all the lobby's open, and you guys are supposed to come in here. And I'm like, who the hell's got time for this?
Yeah, but then
an extremely long drive out there.
Right.
It's just, and for $2, whatever.
I get it, man. No, it can drive you nuts. I do know that, but I think I hate the worst is just going into the restaurant, and it's fine. I don't, I'd rather just go through the drive-through too. It's like, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
But
yeah, I love the attitude you'd get for. Going through the drive-through.
Right. But then you go inside and nobody's doing anything. They're just standing around.
Well, they're damn sure not helping you. And as soon as they ask you what you're here for, or can I take your order? And you say, oh, I'm here to pick up DoorDash. And all right, well, you're going to be with 15 minutes.
It's true. So I've made it a point. Like, I remember when I first started doing it, this is how ridiculous I am. In a situation like that, I would ask the person, do you mind if I use the bathroom? And now it's just the point where it's just, I don't even care. I am going to pee in every single place that I walk into. And that's just the way it is.
Oh, I don't ask, man.
I don't either now, but for some reason I would when I first started doing it. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Why am I asking?
Yeah, you're not a paying customer, but you're there for a paying customer, so you're entitled to that bathroom too.
I agree. I'm not just loitering, just walking in, not intending to do business.
And see, my grandmother's the only person I've ever known that would, oh, well, if you go to the bathroom there at that Quick Trip or that company go.
Gorilla Man. You sound like you're just telling a great story about Grandma. And we lost our guy again. Okay, let's see what the chat is saying.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, okay.
This damn phone. Damn phone.
What's going on there?
I don't know. I guess my ear, like, I'll hit the screen and then I'll hit like a pause call or something. I'll put you on hold.
Okay. Is that? Oh, there is a hold. I was like looking at my phone. I was like, can you even put people on hold? There's a hold call on my phone. I don't even think I never have the opportunity to put someone on hold.
Well, you ought to. You ought to put them on hold and eat you a bag of chips.
There's people I should put on hold that call me on the show. But I prefer just to hang up on them and block them.
Well, yeah, because if you let them run their mouth too much, they're liable to say something that's inappropriate.
Oh, they're going to. They can't wait.
Stupid. But anyway, my grandmother, she's the only person I know that, you'd say, oh, if you need to use the bathroom, I can pull over and you can go inside this gas station.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, oh, no, well, if I go in there and use the bathroom, I got to buy something.
Right.
You don't have to buy nothing.
No, I know, but I understand that pressure, though. I feel that pressure sometimes.
Oh, well, why?
I don't know.
If they didn't want a damn bathroom for people just to come in and do that, I mean, they shouldn't have had one. They shouldn't have one for people.
I know, but they have it for paying customers. They don't have.
Where does it say that? It doesn't say men's only paying customers in here.
It's just like an unwritten law.
I don't feel it, man. If I gotta go, I'm going in there and I'm leaving. And you're not getting nothing.
Yeah, no, I understand. But
chances are, it's a chain gas station.
Yeah.
So if I don't spend nothing there, and what about all the times that I roll into a gas station, buy gas, and don't do nothing in the bathroom? Do I have to go to the bathroom?
It's true. So you're saying you've built up some goodwill in the bank, like some.
I've bought tokens to that bathroom.
That's true. There you go. That's a way better way to say it. But yeah, I get that. And to say that it bothers me, it doesn't so much really now. I guess I'm remembering years ago when I did feel self-conscious about it, and I'm still kind of remembering those times. But I really don't anymore.
Now,
if I gotta go, I just go.
If I owned the gas station,
yeah.
I would feel a little bit different. I'd be like, you sons of bitches better, at least buy a honey bun.
Something, right?
If I got to go in there and scrub that nasty shitter after you best buy something here.
I agree.
Get one of them hot dogs off the rollers. Do something. I need at least $5 to use that bathroom.
Something. You got to put out some sort of an effort. You think $5 is enough?
Oh, I mean, not really, but
yeah.
If I had 1,000 people give me $5, that'd be enough.
Oh, it would add up,
for a day. Oh yeah, it'd add up. But I mean, I would if I think about owning a business, not a damn gas station. I tell you that.
Yeah.
I go to the gas station over here, and there's a bottle of ketchup that's obviously a $1 bottle.
Yeah.
Man, they're wanting $3.50 for it, and I'm like,
how long?
that ketchup's going to celebrate a birthday before it ever gets bought.
Well, that's what I was saying. How long do you think that ketchup's been sitting there?
A long time.
And who's going to buy it? Who's that
I mean,
desperate for ketchup that they've got to get it at a gas station?
Well, I don't know. I mean, and especially where I live, there's two grocery stores. We got a mom and pop grocery store.
Yeah.
Right in front on the corner, and then right behind it's a Walmart.
Okay.
And I don't even know how the little mom and pop grocery shop stays open.
Especially with Walmart right there. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Well, Walmart originally talked to the owners of that grocery store and wanted to buy that corner lot. They wanted the store predominantly on the corner there.
Yeah.
But they refused to sell. So when they walked out of the meeting, the Walmart buyer turned around and said, "Okay, you won't sell it to us, so we'll buy it from you when you bankrupt, and we're gonna do that in 6 months. And once the 6 months, I can guarantee this place won't be here." And sure enough, I think it's like 15 or 18 years later, that shop's still there.
Okay, well, good for them.
Yeah, man, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. Anybody who can battle Walmart and survive is okay with me.
Yes, and I think more people ought to try to stand up and battle that place.
It is hard. It's just so big, so giant.
Well, yeah, and they can offer pretty decent prices on stuff. But
they can, and I've known some people over the years that have done like some work for like designing Walmarts and whatever.
Yeah.
And Walmart did a study, I don't know how long ago, but like in, a certain size city, that they could put a Walmart on every block for like 5 miles and all of those stores would be profitable.
Well, that's true, because I don't know how much you drove around or ever drove around in Tulsa, but there's a Walmart on every other block.
How many are there, do you think, really?
I mean, honestly, there's, man, I'd bet I could, in 20 minutes, I could probably hit at least a dozen Walmarts.
Dozen? That's a lot, because I want to say there's 5 where I live.
Well, what's really crazy is we don't have a full-size Walmart.
Yeah.
We have the neighborhood market dotted.
Yeah.
Where there isn't a full-size Walmart. And where there isn't a full-size Walmart or a neighborhood market, there's a freaking Sam's.
Oh, yeah. You got those too, right?
Yeah.
So they've got Tulsa just taken care of.
Yeah, I believe so. And then there's a handful of other little mom and pop grocery stores, but not that many. Okay. I mean,
yeah, not like
outside of Walmart. There's Warehouse Market.
Okay.
Homeland, and we got a few Homelands.
Now where do you go? Do you go to Walmart or do you go to the mom and pop?
It depends. Yeah. I won't for whatever. I do not like the meat at the mom and pop shop just because it. I've worked in both of those grocery stores, but I worked in high school at the mom and pop shop, and like the sewer sometimes backs up into like where the raw meat and chicken go.
Yeah.
So I just know too much dirty stuff about that. I'm afraid to eat any of that.
Fair enough. I understand. You've got inside information there, though.
Yeah, and then I'm more than certain that the pigs and the cows that they get, because I actually cut their meat there, but I am more than certain that all these things were like deformed.
Yeah.
And Tyson didn't want them.
Yeah.
So they buy like the shit that was going on the way to the glue factory, but they're like, we can scrape a pork chop out of that one, I'm sure. Right. We'll cut off all 6 of the hooves off, and they won't know any different.
Yeah. No, nobody will.
And if for y'all who's playing the at-home game and don't know, most animals only have 4 legs, so there'd be 4 hooves, and I just said 6. So that tells you how messed up that shit was.
That is pretty messed up. There's something going on there we don't want to really know about.
No, but okay. Anyway, man, I'm gonna get off here.
All right, buddy. Sounds good. I was thinking we're doing pretty good here, but yeah, let's call it good. And nice talking with you. Happy birthday.
Well, thank you, sir. And maybe with this new job, I can call in and tell you about all the happenings.
I'd love to get some stories at some point.
Well, I'll work really hard on getting them for you.
All right. Sounds good, man. We'll see you
later.
See you. Okay, that was Gorilla Man there. Gorilla Man and I talk for a long time. Usually, and it makes me need to like stretch out my neck a little bit here. But always nice talking with Gorilla Man. And it's Gorilla Man's birthday. And I noticed that someone from Oklahoma trying to get through. And then I saw Maggie, who I haven't spoken to in several weeks, trying to get through. Maybe I'll just call Maggie right now. Let's see what happens here. And we're calling, and there it's ringing. It says conditional call forwarding active. What does that mean?
Yay!
How's it going? What are you up to?
You called me back.
Well, I did because I felt bad because I saw you call a couple of times, and I was on the phone for a long time, and I didn't want you to just think I was avoiding you.
You totally were. I could tell. I saw you push the ignore button.
I did. I hit it twice at least. But how have you been? I haven't spoken to you in quite a while.
Yes, my friend. Life has been crazy, but I'm good.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Also, this is my 20th show.
Shut up. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, thank you very much. Been doing it since January, and this is number 20. And I'm just happy to be here. So what's been crazy that's been going on?
My roommate is also my sister, and her ego is fucking prego.
Oh.
So we got a baby on the way, and we're so excited.
Oh, okay.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. So now, is this going to alter the living situation, or are you just going to keep going with it?
Oh, yeah, no. It's a 3-bedroom house. So we have another room for a little baby nursery.
Okay. All right.
I typically like little boy babies. That sounded really creepy. I didn't mean it in that way.
Yeah.
I just want everyone to have a boy because I feel like I can like relate with them more and joke with them more. But I actually want her to have a girl.
Okay. Well, I it's probably too early to know at this point.
She will know in about 2 weeks, I think.
Oh, there you go. Now, is this your first time becoming an aunt?
Yes.
That's exciting.
It is.
I remember the first time I became an uncle, and I just loved it. It's been one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me, honestly, because it's you get to be like an adult, and you get those kind of parent vibes and whatever, but you never have to like tell them what to do, and that's like the beautiful thing about it.
Yeah, it's like 10 times better than babysitting. Like, I don't give a shit what your bedtime is. But at the same time, you love them.
Right. No, I highly recommend it. Like, I've enjoyed it.
I recommend.
I do. I do. It's awesome.
I feel like you'd be like a funkle, like a fun uncle.
Funky
uncle.
I really try and be. Like, I just don't want it to be anywhere else that they go. I don't want to be like an authority figure at school or at home or anywhere else they are. Man. I just don't want to be like for years, I think I just have nephews. I think that they thought that I was just some big kid that they got to come over to their house and play with, that they didn't actually know that I was their uncle. And then
oh, that's awesome.
The funny thing is, though, I'm about a year and a half older than their dad, but they think that their dad's just a big square, and he's boring, let him do anything, because he can't let him get away with the things that I can. And there was one day, like a few years ago, like I told him, I go, you do realize I am older than your dad? And their eyes were just so big, they couldn't even fathom the fact that, there's no way that that's true.
You ruined your image.
They had to know at some point.
You must know the truth, children.
Yeah. It's like, age doesn't mean anything. Your dad's just boring because he's just boring. And that's the truth. So there you go.
So I'm going to assume you don't have any kiddos yourself?
I do not, no. And I've just got 3 nephews, and they're a lot. They're like, it keeps me...
It is a lot.
It wears me out, just that alone.
Do you have any pets?
I have 2 dogs.
Okay, that's even better than kids.
I know, so, yeah. It's
What
not...
kind of dogs do you have?
One is it's like a terrier, Jack Russell Terrier, and then the other's like a terrier and a healer mix. They're both getting up there in age.
It feels like deja vu. Like, have you told me this before?
We might have, but it's been so long.
Shit.
It's been so long. So
it has been so long. Every Friday, I start drinking, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what I can do tonight. And then I'm like, oh, what about my Uber friend?
There you go.
And then shit, I realize it's Friday and it's supposed to be Thursday.
It's only Thursday, but that's okay.
I know. I just keep missing you every week. I'm sorry.
Hey, you're
you know,
good.
you got.
Okay.
I have Wednesday is therapy. You know, you got to get your mind right.
Okay. Well, so what do you do on Wednesday?
Wednesday's therapy, like actual therapy.
Oh, I thought this was therapy.
Oh, yeah. This is.
I mean, kind of in its own way, I think.
This is like unhinged therapy.
It's not professional therapy, I'll tell you that much. But who says there has to be one correct method?
I will tell you that you are a great listener. So that's half of therapy.
I think it's more than half of therapy, honestly. All right?
But that's very true.
Okay.
I just hate talking about myself, so we sit in awkward silence until I make them bring something up.
No, it's okay. But you got to talk about yourself, though, and it's it's their job to sit there and listen. So I would just say whatever. I'd just let it spill.
You ever heard of brain spotting?
No. What is that?
So you know, when you have a really good stare, where you're phasing out and you don't want to be interrupted, and your eyes they get fixed on this one thing and you're not looking at it, but you just feel relaxed and your eyes are stuck on something.
Okay, I didn't know there was a term for that, but what does that mean?
You know what I'm talking about though?
I do.
Like a good stare.
I feel you. I feel what you're saying.
Okay, so that's when your brain is comprehending and is you're relaxing and your brain is working in ways that you didn't know that it needed to work on.
Okay.
Kind of like when you're sleeping.
Sure. Your brain is working out all sorts of weird stuff while you're sleeping.
Exactly. Which is why you have weird fucking dreams. But
yeah, right. Exactly. So
long
that's...
story short, is you focus on something and on an image or whatever the fuck you're looking at, and then you just sit there and you act. It's called mindfulness. So you start realizing what you are in the moment for and what you're. I'm fucking preaching over here. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Never mind.
Okay. Well, no, that's fine. I just All right. So it's called brain spotting.
Brain spotting and mindfulness. It's something I tried to do and be, but my brain is just riddled with anxiety.
I feel like that's kind of got to happen organically. I feel like that's something you can't coerce your brain into doing. I think it just kind of has to happen.
Exactly.
And that's
trying it, but
I see. So this is a technique that the therapist is this is what we need to. I don't know. I just don't know if it works that way.
Yeah, but then it's also awkward because she's staring at me while I'm staring at something else.
Okay. And
so I'm thinking okay, do I look okay in this angle? What is she staring at? My flaws?
Right. What is going on here? I don't know. I mean, do you feel like it's helping you though? Is the therapy sessions when you first started versus where you are now? How have you progressed?
So I've been in therapy for the last 10 years.
Okay.
But sometimes I fire my therapist and sometimes they fire me.
That's fair.
So this is a new one. So with the brain spotting, if it makes her feel better, I just take it and I'm like, yeah, that was a great sesh. Like,
Sure,
thanks so much.
sure.
And I
It's
move
like,
on.
wow, it's like, wow, this is working. This is amazing. Right?
I know that's not like helpful to me, but I just feel bad telling her that it doesn't work.
I don't know. I think it's okay to say it doesn't work for you. You know. I don't think the therapist is going to take it personal.
She just keeps trying, and sometimes I'm like, all I can do is think of song lyrics in my head. There's one Travis Scott song just keeps replaying in my head, and she's like, oh, okay.
Is this something we need to be concerned about?
Depends on the day.
I suppose. Okay.
No, but mental health is definitely something that people need to talk about more.
Say that one more time.
Mental health is definitely something that people need to talk about.
I couldn't agree more. It's still a weird stigma in our society, and I don't know why. It's like we've lived with it for a very long time, and we've probably all known people that have been really affected by it, yet it's still kind of a silent thing lurking in the background, you know?
Exactly.
So, I don't know. We're just not there, unfortunately, and I don't know how long it's going to take for people just to not, you know, be so weird about it. Like, our brains betray us, and it's a real thing.
Yeah, I mean, when you're sick, you take cold medicine.
That's right.
So if your brain's not right, you need to take medicine.
1,000,000% correct. And it's too bad that there's a stigma behind it, because there's a lot of people that haven't gotten help that they need because they're too worried about it, or they don't know how to go about it, or, you know, nobody will listen to them, and it's too bad.
Right.
So we're gonna change it. You and I,
right here.
Right here.
Yes, we are a fucking dynamic duo.
That's right. It's like we don't need to do this anymore, and we need to move beyond it. If we're gonna make a better world and we're gonna be better human beings, this is something, along with many other things that we need to be working on, but this is certainly one of them. I've had problems.
Also, I heard.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I've dealt with depression. You know, I've had very dark days in my past, in my life, and I've had things that I've worked through, and things that just do not bother me anymore, and I'm hoping ever again. They haven't bothered me for a long time, but it was because, you know, I was able to recognize certain things. But sometimes you can't recognize things that you're doing or things that you're feeling, and that's, you know, you need help for those certain things. But the fact that I can wake up in the morning and just be able to get out of bed and be happy and want to get out of bed is a huge thing for me.
That's massive.
It is, because I had days where, or years, you know, a good portion of my life when it was the last thing I wanted to do. I hated everything. I didn't have any energy.
I'm so glad that you're still, like, on this, like, you made it to this other side, you know, and it's not going to be forever, you know, like, life has its ebbs and flows or whatever.
I still have bad days, of course, and I'm gonna have bad weeks, but I don't have, like, this terminal thing. I don't have this black cloud hanging out over my head, this doom and gloom, like I had for a lot of years. Like, I would wake up and there it would be. I would go to bed and it would still be there, and I could never shake it. Even if I had good days. I had a lot of good days, but that thing was always looming in the background, you know. But it hasn't been there for a long time, and I don't miss it at all.
I can just tell that you have, like, a really positive energy. Like, you try to see the positive in things, and I think that's really what's made an impact on your life. You just seem like a very glass half full kind of guy.
I'm really not. I'm very pessimistic, to be quite honest with you.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no. I hate everything. I question. I do. I doubt everything. You know. But I think what it was is like I was beating myself up though. And I did, and that's when I realized that was like there were shortcomings in my life that really bothered me, things that I wasn't good at or capable of or working hard at enough, and I would put a lot of pressure on myself and beat myself up for these certain things, and I wasn't good to myself. I wasn't fair with myself, you know. And once I kind of like learned and allowed myself to give myself a break for this stuff, you know, it all just sort of kind of went away, you know. But I'm making it sound like it was an overnight thing. It took many years of working on it, you know. But I don't know. I feel pretty confident at this point that I've beat it, and I think that's what has given me this sort of positive, more jovial outlook that you see, that I didn't always have. But really, in my core, I still hate everything, truthfully.
That's literally the best thing I've ever heard. Oh no, I hate everything.
So, but it's okay.
Because I could not relate more.
It's okay. I really believe you can hate everything and still be a good person and be good to other people.
Fuck yeah.
You know, there's just so much garbage and hypocrisy around you all the time that it's almost your duty to hate everything. Yeah. And if you don't, I think there's like a saying, if you're not cynical, you're not paying attention. You know, and that's the truth. So.
Well, you are a wise man, my friend.
All right. Well, thank you.
Like you've like been around the block. Or
I have. I really have. It's no joke. Like we'll tell some stories one of these days. You know, but it's okay. But it's okay. It's okay. You gotta have some life experiences. Otherwise, you know, you have no business starting a call-in talk show if you've got nothing to talk about.
Right, how boring.
And how boring. There's got to be somebody out there doing this exact same thing that just sucks at it.
Yeah, and we're just going to make your shit blow up.
It's done pretty well tonight. It was hopping early on within the first hour, and the phone just wouldn't quit ringing. But it's going well after 20 weeks, I feel like.
Yeah. So you have like a whole like recorded voicemail. Did you like? Is that your always voicemail like for that number, or like how did that play out?
Well, then that's just the voicemail for the number that you called, like because I have like a separate phone, you know, just for the show. Okay. I don't know. Like I remember like when I first started the show, I would check that voicemail like religiously, like the next day. And now it's like, I haven't even checked that thing in weeks, like the voicemail. I got a bunch of them on there, but nobody was leaving a good voicemail. It was just all garbage on there. So I kind of...
well, it's full, by the way.
Oh, because it says there's 40 new voicemails on there. That's why.
Yep. That's your max.
Okay, there you go. I'll get rid of it. But like I said, nobody was ever leaving a good voicemail, so I just kind of got tired of it.
Like the weird spam calls, do you still get those?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's just still a little bit of everything, truthfully. But there's a lot more like regular callers that call in. Seems like every week I'll have a certain amount of people that people are getting to know and I'm getting to know. So it's kind of less brand new people calling in and becoming more of like a community show, I guess, in some ways.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What about Repo Man? I remember you made him a moderator.
Repo Man? I don't even know. Maybe I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know if he called in, but you were going through. No one was on the phone. I think it was before I was scared to call.
Yeah.
Gorilla Guy is commenting on your video.
Oh, good.
And Brittany Page says I'm still here.
I gotta look at the. I don't even know. I'm so far behind on the chat. I gotta try and get caught up with it here at some point. You know.
Yeah, I think that's why you made these people monitors.
Yeah, no, I
really want to remember.
Well, it's hard. Yeah, it's like I can't talk on the phone and read the chat the whole time. Like I'd love to be able to do both, but it's just too hard.
Multitasking, my friend.
I know. Well, with that, I think I am going to check it out. Thank you for calling again, though. I miss talking with you,
Sure.
and you better not wait as long to call me back next time.
No, I'll be here.
All right. Good talking with you, and have a good evening.
You too.
All right, we'll see
Bye.
you. Okay, that was an old friend of the show, Maggie. I haven't spoken to in quite a while, so it was nice to get caught up there a little bit. I'm trying to get caught up with the chat. There's a lot of stuff going on. This is the Drive-By Night Show. And then the phone's just... There it is. At some point, I would just be petty and block the people excessively calling like that. Yeah, I've thought about that too. But that time, there was a whole bunch calling. We got North Carolina on the line. Drive-By Night Show, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. Thanks so much for calling tonight. What's on your mind?
Nothing much.
Cool. Just chilling tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Just. Have you ever seen this show on TikTok before?
Yes, I have.
Oh, right on. Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Have you heard anything tonight that was interesting to you?
I don't know. I literally just joined 5 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. No worries. It's all good. It's kind of been all over the place. I've been here for about 2.5 hours, and it's been kind of an interesting show.
I gotcha.
So I'm just sitting back and thinking about it and trying to get caught up with the chat. Like people keep chatting while I'm talking on the phone, and it's like really difficult to read the chat and talk on the phone at the same time.
I gotcha.
So this is
it's probably hard to do this at the same time.
It is, because it's like I want to be a moderator on the chat and read the comments on there, but it's like I'm talking on the phone, and the phone's really like the priority. That's what makes this show work, so I always got to answer the phone. So whatever, these are just my problems tonight, though.
I gotcha.
Cool. All right, well, anything else you got going on tonight?
Not much.
All right, well, thank you for calling. I appreciate it, and have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
All right, we'll see you.
All right, bye.
All right, North Carolina checking in. Chat saying, and the people commenting about a lame old joke. Who, Brittany, for sure. I'm blind. It's always dark, no light. I'm confused, Brittany. Who? What? Chat saying, you make 0 sense. Straight Karen A. I don't know what's going on in this chat. Chat saying, Razor, I think it was called. We're talking about the old flip phone and T-Mobile Sidekick. I used the Sidekick for essays in school. It was classic. Okay, we got Florida on the line.
Man.
Drive-By Night Show, how are you?
Hey there, how's it going, man?
What's going on with you tonight, man?
Nothing. I've had a rough week.
Let's hear all about it.
Oh man, it's hard to talk about. So, I have a nice car. It's pretty expensive. And the other day, I was parked at my friend's house. His mom was cooking a big dinner, so we all went over there. Someone freaking backed into my rear end, and I don't know if I should call the insurance, because this is the kind of car that, if you report anything, it's going to decrease it astronomically. People buy these cars and they count every little, incident. And so I don't know. She said she'd pay for it, but I mean, this is going to be a lot of money. And now, since it's already happened, I would have to make a police report and lie about it. So I don't know what to do.
Okay, so do you have full coverage insurance on your car?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
But it's like I don't want to report it because it's going to go down $15,000-$20,000.
Yeah, I hear what.
No, I've only got 13,000 miles on the thing.
Yeah. How bad is the damage?
It's the whole taillight, and that itself is going to be a couple grand.
I see.
You know?
I see.
And then it could be worse, but
yeah. Well, would you consider, because you can go get it repaired without involving the insurance companies?
No, I know. It's just, man, it's going to be so expensive.
Yeah.
But I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. Hopefully she'll actually pay. You know, I don't know. I'm going to go get a quote tomorrow.
Okay.
It's just last night.
No, it's hard. Like it happened to me years ago. I was just sitting in my car in like a spot at like a friend's house, and another like person I knew sort of got into their car and was leaving and just backed right into my car.
Oh my!
You know, and I was like, what's going on here? And they're like, oh, sorry, man, I didn't mean it. And they're like, oh, just give you some money sometime. And I'm like, okay.
Like I wanted to bring her neck, like, but what am I gonna do? This is like one of my best friends, like, but this is a 6-figure car, like, I was pissed.
It puts you in a hard spot because, like you said, it's your friend, and you don't want to be that guy, like, well, the car's more important than our friendship. But at the same time, it's like, well, something's got to happen here. Like, you ran into the car. There's got to be, like, some sort of, like, payback here,
Yeah. Well, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to have to pay out of pocket and just wait for her to pay me. That's what's going to happen, I guess.
I suppose, and that's exactly what I did when my car got hit. I like paid for it and whatever, and then I like gave the person like, here's the bill, this is how much it cost. And then the next time I saw him, he gave me like $40, and then he gave me like $20, and then he ended up giving me like $90 total. And
Poor guy.
And it was like a $700 bill, and I only, you know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, well, what am I supposed to do? Go like bang on the guy's door and like demand the money,
Exactly. And since, like, obviously, it's like, what am I going to do? Call the cops? Like,
right. So like I said, it just kind of puts you in a bad spot.
Yeah. And oh man, this week has been crazy. Like with work too. I manage a valet company in Palm Beach.
Okay.
And for a couple different high-end hotels, and we have not young kids, but I'd say we have like 19 to 25-year-olds, and it gets packed. It's like a multi-level garage, and one of the kids was pulling out, and I guess the wheel was turned, and he scraped the side of a Range Rover.
Oh no!
Yeah, so I'm just having to deal with all this bullshit.
That's horrible, and
I pass that along to the higher up. I don't want to deal with that. But,
right.
Fire him, and it's just hard.
That is hard, and I don't know what you're gonna do. But I suppose that kind of stuff happens like in a valet company. It's probably
there's coverage.
Yeah.
But just
But still, it's like just drive a car. It's not that hard. You want to know how many? You want to know how many cars I've backed up to and hit in my life? 0. It's just not that hard.
And it's not even your car. It's an expensive car, and it's somebody else's.
Yeah, so you should be
move the car.
You should be extra careful when you're in the thing.
Yeah, exactly. Professional.
I agree. Oh, but like whatever. Now, when you're working, do you end up parking like cars yourself, or you just let other people do that?
I kind of float around. We have 3 locations, different hotels. Well, 2 hotels, and one of them's like a residential condo. But I I do sometimes, mostly like on the weekends, because I enjoy it. You know, it's fun for me sometimes. Like, I'll work. I don't mind working at all, and
yeah,
I don't mind running and grabbing the cars. It's a lot of fun because I mean, down here there's so many exotic cars, and I enjoy it. I have a passion for cars, and it's what I love. You know.
Sure.
And, I like it, but other than that, kind of hard to keep up with. You know. Things like that, but it's inevitable. So it's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I totally hear you. Okay, so the chat's saying that they want me to eat. They want me to do a mukbang.
Oh wow! I actually just got back from.
Where did you go?
The drive-thru myself.
Where did you go?
There's a McDonald's across the street.
Should I do McDonald's? I just haven't done McDonald's.
No, when's the last time you had McDonald's? Are you much of a McDonald's guy? I usually go to the sweet teas because here in Florida they have them for $1 for any large drink. I always go there for sweet teas, but I actually picked up a double cheeseburger, cheese nuggets, and of course, you know, my tea.
There you go.
I've been laying down, you know, listening to this, and you know, I got the munchies, so went out and grabbed the snack.
I hear that. Well, you know what? Let me see what the chat says now that I threw out the McDonald's.
They probably won't like the idea.
Well, we just haven't done it yet, so maybe it's like.
You haven't. I remember the first time I ever watched. I think you went to Taco Bell.
I went to Taco Bell, and I think that was the first one. I think I've done Taco Bell and Wendy's, and then I did a place called Raising Cane's chicken fingers.
Raising Cane's. That's like vaguely familiar, but I'm not.
They might have some down. I think it started in like Louisiana or something.
Okay.
But it's around. It's just a chicken finger chain. So the chat's saying the mukbang comment was an hour ago. LOL. I suppose.
It was quite a while ago.
Yeah. All right. Well, no worries.
Not too late.
It might be at this point. I'm still game for it, but I guess I'll just see if the chat pushes it. If not, then I don't have to eat McDonald's. I don't know if I really want to eat it that bad anyway.
Yeah.
But
honestly, I've ate half of my burger, and I'm just looking at it right now.
Yeah. Oh, chat's saying KFC. I don't know if KFC is open this late around here. What time's KFC open? Till
I couldn't imagine it being open later than 10 or 11.
That's what I was thinking. I've just got no way to check because I'm on live streaming and then I'm on the phone with you, and I can't use data while I'm on the phone. It just doesn't make any sense.
You must have Sprint.
See how like KFC is open.
Where are you at? I'll look it up for you. I know you're.
I'm in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Lincoln. Okay. Let's see. What are we looking at? KFC.
Yeah.
Is South Street, 86th Street, 11th Street, are any of those familiar?
Yeah. 11th or South is great. 86 too far.
Yeah, they're closed, my friend.
Okay. Well, clearly we know now the chat's saying McDonald's or Burger King is good. All we have in Texas is Whataburger, IHOP, and Waffle House, and McDonald's. LOL. All right, let's just go to McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's is almost always an option. Like I'm pretty sure, at least half of them down here are open 24/7. You know, anytime you want. You know, but don't expect any ice cream.
Well, no, the ice cream machine is most certainly broken tonight.
Yeah, it usually breaks around 7 or 8 p.m.
It's true. No, I don't know if the thing is ever actually functioning.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous. My first job was Dunkin' Donuts, and we have those culotta drinks, and after working the night shift, we used to clean them, and then we would say it was down. But if you're open, but we were only open till 10:30, 11 p.m. If you're open, later than that, I mean,
yeah,
people are on it,
Oh yeah, you get the munchies late at night. You want some ice cream, or something,
Yeah.
you know.
And it's such like a thing. It's like, you know, you think McDonald's would try to step it up a little bit, you know?
They have to. It's like the second biggest, besides Subway, it's the second biggest fast food chain in the world. Like, just get some freaking, like, hire like a serious engineer to design these ice cream machines.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I can't tell you the last time I've had a McFlurry or any, you know, because I don't even try.
Yeah, there is no point. But speaking of that, now I'm throwing it out to the chat right now because I am on the way to the Golden Arches. You got to start telling me what to get here, and then I'll order it.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, I guess you could say I'm a picky eater. So, like, I eat my burgers plain. I don't really, you know, explore the menu too much.
Yeah.
I got a burger and I got chicken nuggets. So, you know, I don't know. I've had the Quarter Pounder a few times, and if you're hungry, you know, it's a lot more meat. But
okay.
I mean,
well,
I don't really know.
The chat is saying bacon McDouble.
Do you like bacon?
Yeah, sure, I'll try one of those. And,
there you go.
And I need a couple more suggestions though. Now they're saying a Big Mac and then a double Quarter Pounder. Now we're getting weird. And then and then definitely nuggets. Okay, so
yeah, definitely nuggets. If you want something sweet, their guava pies are pretty good.
What are they? They have like an apple pie, or what do they have there?
They have apple pie and like a guava one.
Did you say lava?
No, guava.
I was like, lava pie sounds pretty good. What is that?
That does sound good.
Yeah, I'm like, let's get weird on one of those. But okay, a guava pie. All right, so I'm looking at.
Not like too much either, you know. It's a little tiny pie, so you can almost eat it in like 3-4 bites. You know?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do that for a little dessert. Chat's saying definitely got to get some nuggets. Oh, they're saying they have a cinnamon roll now. Is that true?
I don't know. I guess so. I mean,
maybe we'll try that if they have it. I just don't know. I just don't go. And sometimes they alter the menu as well from like the daytime to the nighttime.
Too. They have a double Quarter Pounder. That's pretty crazy.
That is pretty crazy, and I might just pass on that because I'm going to get a bacon McDouble. I'm going to get some nuggets. I'm going to get an apple pie or a guava pie or a lava pie or a cinnamon roll.
To see if they get it.
I'll ask them and see if they have a lava pie. Poor McDonald's workers, just like, you know, everyone just comes and just shits on them, no matter what.
Yeah, and now everyone's been making, you know, TikToks and whatnot, going through the drive-thru, messing with them.
Well, it was really like, I noticed like last year when that Travis Scott burger came out.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't get away from those TikToks on it. Like people were just, you know, oh, this is per se French fries dipped in ranch.
Oh my God! Who said that?
And then says it's double Quarter Pounder only an Oklahoma thing. Oh no, I think they got it here too. I just don't go to McDonald's that often. So I think I'm gonna try the bacon McDouble, get some nuggets, and then we'll get some sort of dessert. Does that all sound good to everyone?
Yeah. Oh, this sounds like you got your bases covered for sure. I mean, you know, you get a bit of everything.
Yeah.
What are you getting to drink?
Well, you're saying the sweet tea's where it's at.
It is for me, definitely.
Okay. Some people say the Coca-Cola at McDonald's is the best in the world.
It is, and I believed that for a long time, but you know, I don't drink soda anymore.
I really don't either, but I mean, I would for the purposes of this.
I mean, if I take a sip of Coke, I'll probably, you know, my eyes will start watering. But McDonald's does have really good Coke. It's kind of crazy, actually.
It is crazy. It says they have frozen Coca-Cola, like Slurpees, and then Gorilla Guy's saying that's liquid diabetes. The sweet tea.
It's pretty sweet, but just like grandma's tea. It's the best.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna try the sweet tea unless the chat talks me out of it.
If it's too sweet, I just let the ice melt, and goes it down low.
All right. So we're in line. There's a couple cars in front of me. It's not too bad, so we should be able to get through this pretty quick. Chat's saying
I'm just looking at the chat, and Brittany says that their tea is always found. That might be true at nighttime, because
it may have been sitting there.
Mm-hmm. And I've had that problem a few times myself.
All right, let's go with the Coke.
But I have good tea right here, and it's pretty good. So I don't know.
All right, I don't know either. All right, now I gotta remember what I'm gonna order.
Oh, you're there?
Oh yeah, it's happening.
Okay.
We're on the line. Oh, they do have it's a cinnamon roll McCafe. Fries, I'm looking for sweets and treats. Oh boy, I don't know what's going on. Here, I'll give some insight.
All right, order whenever you're ready.
Oh, thank you so much. Can I get a bacon McDouble, and then 10-piece? Oh wait, I'll just do number 5 with a Coke.
What's that?
Sweet and sour. And do you have like any pies?
Any pies? We
Yeah.
have apple.
I'll take an apple pie, and that'll do it.
Just one apple pie?
Yes, please.
And then your number 5 meal and your bacon McDouble?
Yes, thank you.
All right, go ahead and pull around. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, we did it there. Okay, so I don't get tea at your own risk. Okay, Dr. Pepper, Sprite usually. Yes, always a Sprite here lately. It's a frozen Coca-Cola. Are you getting to eat all of that or sharing? No, I won't eat. I'll take some of it home. I'll probably just take a few bites of things.
Yeah. Are you gonna do the mukbang for everyone?
Yeah. We got 13 minutes left in the show, so we might as well just eat for the last 13 minutes and call it a night. But thanks for hanging out with me on the line while I did that ordering.
Yeah. I wanted to call you before it ended. I joined a little late, but
you're all good. I think it would be weird if you called early in the show anyway. It seems like you need to call like late in the show. It makes more sense.
Yeah, I like to hear everyone first, and then just call last minute. But yeah, man, it's nice talking to you, and I'll catch you next week.
All right, man. I'll be here eating if you want to hang out, but otherwise I'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you mukbang alone. I look forward to watching it.
Great, thank you.
All right, man. Take care.
Yeah, we'll see you. Okay, so we're in the McDonald's drive-thru. We just handed them my card. And it's coming back here. Great. Thank you so much. You too. And, all right, we paid. Everything's successful. The card went through. And now we're about to pick up the McDonald's. And we're in the second part, drive-thru number 2, window here. I asked them what they had. They just didn't have sometimes like late at night, I think it gets to like 9 or 10 o'clock and the menu gets a little abbreviated. They don't have the full menu. But I'd try a cinnamon roll for sure.
Medium Coke.
Thank you.
Girls in the bag with the 10-piece, sweet and sour, bacon McDouble, apple pie, and medium fries.
All right, thanks so much. Okay, I think we got it all, and it's like a big bag. Like, what the hell did I order? And I don't know. We're just gonna give it our best shot here. I gotta find a good spot to pull over. There's like somebody doing some late night construction over there, and we don't want any part of that. So we're gonna kind of swerve over here, and I think there's a good parking lot that I can pull into and enjoy, is that the correct word, my McDonald's, or at least allow people to see. Oh, this looks pretty good right here. Yeah, we'll pull in here. No big deal. And we won't bother anybody. So this is the Drive-By Night Show, if you didn't know. And occasionally at the end, we like to eat some food for the camera. And it's just kind of a fun thing. So the chat is saying, I think I meant bacon quarter pounder. Now that you just mentioned it. Okay, well, I don't know. It's okay. I can only get the cinnamon roll in the morning. There you go. See, I think so too. I only got one once. Not bad. Time to feast. Should have done the fries and ranch. You know what? I didn't think about the ranch. But here are the fries. And, you know, say what you want about McDonald's, but it's tough to beat these French fries. I read, you know, a concerning thing about that, though. I knew you need the ranch, but the fries are just good on there. Perfect amount of salt. But I read that they take these, like, potatoes, and they basically cut, like, any bad part off of them. And really kind of waste a lot. But, you know what? It's here, though, and it does taste good. Jeff saying, nice job on the parking spot. Don't want to eat and bother anyone. I don't want to bother anyone, and I don't want anyone to bother me while I'm eating this. And there's nobody around me right now. So, these fries, man, they are hot. They have salt on them. This is about as good as it gets, honestly. I don't even want to let these get cold, but I got to move on to the other stuff here. But I'm telling you, this is the good stuff. Always straight to the fries. Fries are first. Because fries have that little window, you know. It's like, if the burger sits around for a little bit, it'll still be okay. But you got to get right to those fries. Because they just sort of will, like, expire at a certain point. Okay, so we ended up getting some sweet and sour dipping sauce for the 10-piece nugget. There's a nugget. What do you think about that? It looks like a pretty shapely... I can't even figure out where I am. There you go. Look at that nugget right there. You could put that thing in a museum, you know. Chat's saying Chick-fil-A fries is a close second. Yeah, they're good. You think it's second place, McDonald's and then Chick-fil-A. Might have to take that to a vote. I don't know. Chat's saying hard disagree on that. What's number 2 then? If we're all saying McDonald's is number 1, what's the number 2 fry place? And we'll check out this nugget here. Pretty good too. Hot, fresh. Sometimes you get those nuggets that are crunchy. You can tell they've been sitting around. These are soft and gooey. And you know what? I think this McDonald's has some shit figured out. I do DoorDash and Uber Eats and Grubhub and all that bullshit. So I'm in that McDonald's all the time. And I'll tell you what, they run that McDonald's very well. And if I'm going to go to a McDonald's, like, that's the one. Because, man, this food is pretty good. For a McDonald's, this is about as good as it gets. Even so, I had to sneak in another nugget without anybody knowing. Because, man, that's just good. And again, like the fries, you don't want the nuggets to get cold. So you kind of got to take advantage of them while they're in that state. I'd be remiss if I didn't tear into this Coca-Cola right now to kind of wash down some of the salt that's in the back of my throat. So let's take a gander at this. People say best Coca-Cola in the world comes from McDonald's. That is pretty good too. I can't think of the last time that I just had a straight Coke. I was going to get the sweet tea, but the chat kind of talked me out of the sweet tea, telling me it was going to taste like dishwater or something. Chat saying, talk about Whataburger. And with the Wendy's fries dipped in a Frosty, McDonald's do have great nuggets. Boy, those are pretty good. Whataburger is good. I've been enjoying Arby's new crinkle cut fries lately. I haven't tried those. I saw that the other day. You know, their big thing's always been the curly fries, but I'll have to try the crinkle cut fries. You know what? I think Arby's is open till 11. We could do this next week or an upcoming week and try out those crinkle fries. Whataburger's fries are McDonald's sister fries. It's the best McDonald's, uses a different syrup. And there you go. I guess while we're eating, we'll see what's up with Ohio. Drive by Night Show, how are you? Hello?
Hello.
What's going on?
You said what?
How's it going? Huh?
Fucking faggot.
Yeah. Dude, I'm trying to enjoy some McDonald's. Like, why did I even take that phone for that? Like, what's going on? Chat's saying, let's do Arby's next week. Okay. I think we will. Now, here is the Bacon McDouble. Check that guy out. Never looks like the picture, does it? Because I saw a picture of it on the the menu and it looked pretty good. Let's give this a try, though. Again, I don't even think it's necessarily this food. I just think that McDonald's is really on top of their game. This is all very edible. And, you know, it's a crapshoot when you go to any fast food place and you go to McDonald's. You don't know what you're going to get. And this stuff is all pretty, about as good as it can be. I don't really want to answer that. I'm enjoying my Bacon McDouble. Chat's saying these kids, man. Oh, well, at least we knew how to do prank calls back in the day. And I was so good at prank calls. And that's why I don't even get pissed about it. Because it's like, I deserve it. Like, I gave people prank calls a lot. So I got it coming to me. But it's like I'm trying to eat an apple pie. Which we have next. So this is McCafe baked apple pie. It says caution, hot. Well, we'll find out. We'll be the judge of that. What do you think about that? That's just a little guy. That's like a little snack, little apple pie snack there. It's got a good soft to flaky ratio. You can really kind of taste that the cinnamon and the apples kind of more than anything. It's kind of the strongest component to it. So I don't know. It's fine. I'm not a big dessert guy to begin with, so it's like I would probably just never even get this. But if you like a little sweet treat at the end, I don't see any reason why you couldn't throw that in and accomplish the meal. And there you go. So we had the Bacon McDouble, the fries, the 10 nuggets, sweet and sour, and then the apple pie. It really wasn't even like a law of diminishing returns or anything. I think these fries are just incredible. I want to keep eating them. And those nuggets were a close second. Then I would probably put the Bacon McDouble and the apple pies last, but I just don't like apple pies that much, so it just doesn't mean anything to me. Wisconsin's trying hard here, so let's see what's going on. Drive by Night Show, how are you?
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Okay, so I have a joke for you.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, so what's Hamoud backwards?
What's the moon backwards?
Hamoud. Hamood. What's Hamoud backwards?
Duma?
Okay, do my nuts in your mouth?
I really couldn't understand what you said. Nice try, though.
Okay, do my nuts in your mouth?
Oh. I mean, yeah, because they're probably not that big at all, so I imagine they do. You trying to say you got really large testicles, or what?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to be a problem for the rest of your life. Where are you gonna put those giant nuts when you need a place to put them?
I don't know, my underwear maybe?
Yeah, oh, okay. All right, well, you're talking about putting them in people's mouths. I'm gonna put some French fries in my mouth. What do you think about that?
Hell no.
Huh?
Hell no.
Why not?
Oh no.
Okay. You're the one calling me.
It's probably because your live title saying call me.
Huh?
And probably it's because it's saying call me and you have a cardboard on top of your head.
Yeah, you're the one that calls though. What do you got to say?
Yeah, do my nuts in your mouth though.
Right. We've already been through that. We already know the answer to that question.
Yeah, and do they? And they do.
Why don't you come over here and find out?
All right.
There you go. I don't know why we're ending the show on that, but we just did because I had to take that one last phone call for some reason. Chat saying, kids go to bed, and I couldn't agree more. Literally call nonstop for the whack. Yeah, the kids are on summer break now, so they have nothing better to do. That's a good point. We are on summer break now, so I'm probably going to get a lot of this for the next few months, and I'm not even answering this one. I remember when I was 10 years old. Yes, you do. These kids need to watch Adam Sandler. Jokes are not the same. That's the truth. And then there you go. So thank you so much for hanging out, guys. McDonald's, boy, now I'm burping. It was really pretty decent, but you know that just depends on the location, the place that you are. I'm sure you all understand that McDonald's some nights and then other nights aren't that great. This has been the Drive By Night Show. Love all of you. Oh man, bless up. Thank you. Right back at you. Everyone's following the host. I can't thank you guys enough. Go to YouTube, all the rides, subscribe. I know, broken record. Check out the podcast, Drive By Night Show. Hang out, listen, watch, do it all. And we will be back here next Thursday saying happy 20. Thank you. Do my nuts fit your mouth? We got some fire on the way out. Everything is good. Next week will be show number 21. We will see you then.